Happy Wednesday, everybody. You know what time it is. Yeah, beautiful sound. Welcome to Nonsensical Nonsense, everybody. He's Tony D. I'm Glick. You already knew that already. Jeff may or may not be here tonight. Lord only knows. He should be doing some family time, but we will find out. If you're not already, go ahead and check us out on all them social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the Tiki-Taki. You can also hang out with the boys live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 6 p.m. We come in here, shoot the shit, all that fun stuff. You guys can get involved in the comments section in the chatters box. Speaking of the chatters box, we see you already, Stevie Wonders, Miss Amanda, how you doing? Amanda, and everybody else who's trickling in. What's going on? And if you can't join us live, you can listen to us anytime, any place on Spotify and everywhere you listen to podcasts at, all at Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. You know the drill. Give us a follow, give us a like, and if you'd be so kind, give us a share. Let other people know. Same as if you're watching us live. Feel free to share the live show out. We greatly appreciate that. We do have all the episodes up to date on Spotify as of current this week until Friday, and then I'll get the next couple shows up that we've done the last couple days. Always fun. Tony D. It's good to see you're doing all right. Especially after that ass whooping that we all witnessed, the massacre on the court, if you will. The beat down, the annihilation from opening buzzer to closing buzzer.
Oh, God.
As the Cleveland Cavaliers welcome New York to Cleveland officially with a 27-point beatdown. That's how you make a statement and win a game, not by 4 points. What the hell? So all I could say last night when you were doing your Digital Underground tribute was, ouch.
I was jamming that. Yeah, you shut up.
Ouch. I don't think the Cavs led by less than 20 points that entire game, except for the beginning.
Right.
But I still stand by what you and I said. I think this is going to be the first, or the best series out of the playoffs between these two teams. They're both young. They're both hungry. Boston's just wiping the floor with Atlanta. The Warriors look stupid right now. Phoenix showed up. They got they tied the series 1-1. So everybody else, I think, has got a 2-game lead on everybody. And then the damn Tampa Bay Lightning's made a statement up in Toronto or Montreal or wherever the hell they're playing for the playoffs. They beat down their opponent like 7-2 in hockey, which is just
hockey. That's your world.
That's just an insane score. Anything past like 3 points is just an absolute. Well, yeah, he's got a screw Glick look already because his Knicks got a beat down last night. They got beat down so bad that he had to go do a digital underground tribute.
He's so excited he's nitpicking.
No, actually, I had it on while I was watching the game. I was listening. Actually, there was a couple of songs I didn't realize that there was a couple songs that I was like, I don't think I've ever heard that before.
A bunch of them songs I know people never heard.
Yeah, and I was a fan. I like Digital Underground. But, I don't obviously, like with some other artists and stuff like that, I don't dig as deep as you do. Like, as we've discussed, you don't go into some of the worlds I do. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons I enjoy watching your stuff.
That's for damn sure.
There's a lot. Well, yeah, you kind of stay in your lane with rap and R&B.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, this sounds good. This sounds good. My ADD filters into my music taste as well.
Right.
And I'm all over the place. But no, that's one of the things that, and I've said that before. One of the things I do enjoy about your music broadcast is with as much knowledge as I have. Sometimes you get me, and I'm like, ooh, I never heard that before. Ooh, I like that. That sounds good.
We're getting down. It's like I emphasized. I used to do a lot of road trips. I would just buy CDs to listen to them.
Hmm.
I got so much damn music in my head.
Yeah, back in the day when we had the and I know any of you in your 40s, early 40s, late 30s, you remember the big CD notebook. You know, you know what I'm talking about, Tony D.
Got mine. I still got
Yeah.
that bad boy.
The freaking thing
I
was
still
as
got
big
that.
as a damn Trapper Keeper and held like 9 million CDs. And you're driving down the road, flip, flip, flip. Or if you were like me and a couple of other people I knew, you had the visor holder, and that's where you put your favorites at. So you always
I
knew
got
where
that
your
too.
favorites were.
I have
Yeah.
both of them going. I have both of them going.
Oh yeah, I used to have that, and then when you started being able to like Napster and whatnot, when you started to be able to mix your own CDs and stuff like that, or make
Right.
your own CDs, I had a little case that I had that had all my mixed CDs in them.
Mm-hmm.
Just to why that girl is Snapchatting me. She's literally right behind me.
I have no idea.
The middle one.
The middle one.
Yeah, the other two are at work. Oh, I had mine. Amanda, I had mine all. They were split up by genre and in alphabetical order. Oh, I was an ass when somebody would get into my CDs. I'm like, don't you fucking touch my CDs if you ain't gonna put them back right.
Dude, my
That's been a lot.
cassettes. I have my
What's that?
cassettes in specific order. I can tell when somebody borrowed my music. I would get mad. My
Oh
college
yeah.
roommate would be like, "How would you know this?" I said, "I made them. I put them in a specific order. I know."
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. The mix CDs were specific to activities. That's why I had them in their own little personal little CD case thing. But yeah, no, I hated that shit. Somebody, you know, like if you were one, you know, different. But for me, you know, we'd be at a bonfire or whatever, having a party, and somebody be like, "We need some music." Jump in my truck or some shit, and then the next morning, the fucking CDs all over the seat. My CD books all fucking looking like Hurricane Irma hit it and everything else. That shit used to piss me off to no end. To a point where I actually started locking my shit up when I went to the bonfires. Like, no, if you want my music, I'll get it. You know how much time and effort it took to separate shit by genre and alphabetically?
Well, here's the best thing I did. I put them in the order that I purchased them.
Mm-hmm. I had a buddy who
that.
did that too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a buddy of mine that did that. He had his in order of purchase, but you know, I had a lot of buddies that, you know, I had a lot of friends growing up that either only listened to country and rock or only listened to like rap and R&B.
Right. Steve,
And
how you doing? Amanda, how you doing? I listen to a lot of R&B and rap. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Very little gospel, barely any jazz. But I was man, shit.
Oh, I had everything from country, rock, R&B, rap, like Motown, doo-wop, Elvis, Richie Valens, Buddy Holly, Sinatra. You know, I had all that music because it's what I and I even had a couple classical CDs like Mozart, Beethoven type shit. I used to listen to them. They helped me sleep.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But I like it.
Well, you listen to
Yeah,
every
exactly.
damn thing.
I still like classical music. I mean, or like the orchestras or whatever, jazz. I love jazz music. So I had some jazz artists, blues. So I mean, I had a little bit of everything. And that's kind of one of the reasons that my shit always got tore apart at bonfires and parties because they knew I had a little bit of everything. But still, it's just aggravating. So I went by genre and alphabetical order because if I went by when I purchased them or in order, it was just like. Plus, it made it easy if I would if I was in a DMX mood. All my DMX was right there. You know what I mean? I didn't have DMX, which did look like that sometimes. DMX, Brooks and Dunn, Mariah. Oh no, I never owned a Mariah Carey CD. That's a lie. I've never owned a Mariah Carey CD. I did have In Vogue though, and I had Escape. And I had me some Whitney.
I had Change of Faces, Anita Baker.
Oh yeah, Adam and Anita Baker.
People don't understand. We will fight you over Anita Baker. We will fight you over Anita Baker. We will.
Hey, you know what? There are some of those artists that are like that. They deserve that damn respect. They earned it.
She came into the game, and we were ready to swing.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never heard "Sweet Love" by Anita Baker, she had the fellas singing that song.
Well, that was the same thing with like Patti LaBelle, man. She had.
Patti was just definitive. I don't like Patti LaBelle. Who are you? What planet are you from? Matter of fact, get away from me. Get away from me. Don't even talk to me no more. Unfriend me.
You don't like Patti? I'm talking about she had dudes singing her songs.
Yes.
There are some women out there that don't have dudes singing. Straight dudes, mind you.
Yes. Quite frankly, no homo. We just like your shit.
Hey, you better watch your mouth, Golfuck. Don't make fun of me or the Beehive will get after you.
In Vogue was dope.
Tony D, if you will give me 1 second.
God. Here we go. Hang on a minute. I'm gonna talk to you about that.
Before we get yelled at, because before he didn't like it, now we get yelled at.
Hey boys! Look what I got here! Hey, where are the white women at?
Welcome to the show, everybody. The one and only Golfuck.
Amanda in Vogue had a song called I think it's Women. It was the last song on their very first tape. And I say tape on purpose because I had the cassette. The very last song. Hang on.
While you're looking that up, Trinity, can I ask you a question? Because
I didn't do it
out of curiosity. So I had a tape player at home, so I had a bunch of tapes in my bedroom. My CD player was in my truck or my car or whatever. If you went out and bought a CD, would you buy the tape too?
I bought the CD as they came out after I had the cassette. I've done that.
Okay, because I would buy a CD and at the same time I would buy the cassette tape because I didn't have a CD player in my bedroom, but I had a tape player.
Right.
So my CDs were in my car. Not every CD I bought, but certain CDs I bought. Like I was a huge, I still am. I used to love Boyz II Men, so I had all their albums, but I would buy the tape and CD at the same time.
Wow.
Best song, what a mess. Salt and Pepper was the shit.
They had a song in their first tape. I can't keep wasting my time waiting on you to come home now. That was their first tape. I cannot find that shit. That shit was excellent. That was excellent. That was their best song to me. And then they had Time Goes On. That shit was dope. Tick, 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 top, 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 tick, 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 top, top. That's why when you was doing TikTok all the time, I would come on that picture, you'd be like, tick, 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 top, top. That was some good shit. Maybe it was Born to Sing. Wasn't that first one?
What's that?
Born to Sing was their first one. That's the name of the damn CD. No, you're never gonna get it. Never ever get it. No, you're never gonna get it. They had everybody singing that shit. Never gonna get it, 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 never gonna get it. Oh, 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 oh. Gary Hansen, rat bastard, what's happening?
Which one of you two just farted? Not high. I don't know. There was a lot of great music out in the 90s and early 2000s.
Absolutely.
And now it's all gone to hell, man.
I gotta find out where the track's at.
We used to have some really great artists.
It's called Waiting on You. It's called Waiting on You off of that first CD. Yes, that was the song. That was a great damn song.
Then they would give it up. You're damn right they would. Golf Hawk.
Your dog Howard. Wait. Your dog Howard. Excellent. I had my aunt crying. I said, if I ever get a dog I was living by myself, I was going to teach my dog how to do that shit. Woo, 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 woo. Right to that part of the song. I had my aunt hollering when I did that shit. Then they would give it a exactly. Dang, that is Tank. Oh, we got a troll in the house. Gary, you bastard. How the fuck are you? I got an idea on who that is.
Oh, Gary. You're not even good, man. Be better. Be a better troll.
Harassment really an online thing so bad that this is all people have to do when they don't broadcast they damn selves.
Then they would give it up, and we wouldn't take the advice of TLC Golf Hawk, and we'd be chasing waterfalls.
Sadie, how you doing?
Sadie,
lady?
what's going on, girl?
Then that motherfucker gonna talk about his.
What up, motherfucker?
Good.
Quick time.
I want to thank all of y'all that used to roll with us for popping up in here for real. I really do.
I told Rich this morning, whenever he's got the time and the opportunity, I'd love to have him pop up in here with us. And
he doesn't have to get up in the morning, so he might start popping up at night.
I think like pop up on camera with us, and
they're gonna start running the morning broadcast. Him and Randy. That's actually a very dangerous combination for those of us who used to be together. That's going to be awesome because they can do it on a daily. Gary sounds like you're telling me so. Gary's a troll. The title bill comes to me when I start my podcast. Stephen Wonder's around. I see you later. I see you. My dog dropped dead at the William
PJ Dale, what's going on?
Who is that? You know who that is?
That's one of Nikki's friends. He's a DJ down there or up there in PA, and me and another friend of Nikki's, him and I got really drunk one night, and we started calling him PJ Dill instead of DJ Bill, so it's stuck. That title, well, I mean, you're gonna have to earn it first and foremost.
Shout out to William Nassar III. What's happening?
I look forward to you starting it. Let me know if you need any help or if there's anything I can do. You are my friend. Well, sir, I'm not your friend. Remember that first night that Nikki was feeding me tasty gummy treats?
We wasn't going to talk about that in public, but sure.
And well, it happened on the show. And I told you guys that like the following episode that she had the DJ babysit me.
Mm-hmm.
That's Will.
That's the DJ? My man. He is welcome aboard.
Nah, he's a good dude. I really like him. I've met a handful of people that Nikki's known forever and a day down there where she grew up at. And I met a handful, and there's a very small select few that I really like, and he's one of them.
Gotcha.
So, but no, like I said, man, let me know when you get ready to start your podcast. If there's anything I can do or anything that any of us can do, we all got a pretty decent group.
Yeah, what is he planning on podcasting about?
Amanda.
See how it is. Where the hell is Jeff?
Welcome to the Glick Asylum. These are all my friends. I mean, inmates. I mean, friends.
Neighbors. We're all neighbors. Will, I don't know what you're podcasting about, but if you need guests, you need people to shoot the proverbial with, yeah, give us a holler. We do this for fun.
Oh, yeah.
We seriously do this for fun. And that's no nonsense. Just for some people to come up there and cut up with for a little bit. Definitely. No, it's going to be open format. Cool. I like the pyramid Mason symbol on your cap. This motherfucker.
That is the Adidas logo. Because unfortunately, the only Cavaliers hat that I have is when they won the championship in 2016. I do have another one, but I'm about to hand it down to Cash because I don't know when the hell I ever wore this thing because it was way too small for my big ass fucking head. But yeah, he was unfortunately tasked with the job of keeping an eye on me. Kind of like he was like the Mandalorian, and I was Baby Yoda.
Gary, you are doing entirely too much.
No genre. You see, you want to do something.
I didn't watch today's episode yet. I didn't watch today's episode of Mandalorian. Don't tell me nothing, but last week was fire.
I don't know anything about the Mandalorian. All I know is that it's Boba Fett and a Baby Yoda, and he had to deliver him to Jabba the Hutt so Jabba the Hutt could eat him. And then Jar Jar Binks was in a metal bikini. And a lot of dudes are questioning their sexuality now because they're like, whoa, that alien was super hot in that bikini. I don't know. No.
This fool said just in time to taught me how to cook this motherfucker.
That is the flag of the gentleman pirate, George Steed, in the background. What's the dinner report, boys? What
I haven't had dinner yet.
I think my daughter said she's cooking dinner tonight. And I think she said she's making chicken quesadillas. Quesadillas. Also, I have a Don't Tread on Me flag over there. And I have a Michigan flag beside it. And I have a Cleveland Browns flag in front of me since we're discussing my flags. I have an American flag somewhere around here. And I have a Make America Glick flag as well.
Wow. Wow.
That's a hell of an idea. Well,
wow.
I'm going to run with that. Make America Glick, Tony D.
Wow.
Tony D, what's going on with this? I know a little bit when it comes to this trash island. And I know Rich was talking a little bit about it this morning, and I seen you posted an article about it. Like, it's created its own ecosystem or some shit.
There is enough garbage in the Pacific to fill up the state of Texas twice. I actually had somebody tell me 3 times.
I know it's fucking massive.
We ought to be ashamed of ourselves. But yes, there's so much garbage out there. It's made its own ecosystem, and they're trying to clean it up. I haven't seen that, Chris Technician. Now you're telling me some shit. I haven't seen that yet. I will be looking.
You should have a Steelers flag. See, if I wanted to make
but
myself
the garbage in the Pacific is fucking ridiculous.
I'm gonna get me some Steelers toilet paper.
They also are all over that situation I talked about when that 16-year-old got shot by that dude. Oh, they destroyed that motherfucker.
Did you hear about the other shit? I've always been great, Amanda, and I'll continue to be great. I'll be greater. But did you hear about the other shooting that happened a day or two after that?
Where? Alabama?
No, I think it was in New York. It was a car full of girls who got lost or something on a backcountry road, and they pulled into this driveway to turn around. Old dude came out on the porch and fired 2 shots into the car and killed one of the girls. No, for no reason. He just came out on his porch. The car was there, and he fired 2 shots into the car. And there was a girl in there. She got hit twice. I think it was up in New York. Well, he got his ass arrested, needless to say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Steal a shit paper comment.
You know what? I should get some and put it in the bathroom. I'll put it in both bathrooms, and then I'll remove all the toilet paper out of the house so Nikki has no choice.
Oh, she'll bring her own.
Well, I was the other day, I was talking about putting a flag out on the fence, and I was like, I'm going to get a Browns, I said I want to get one of those house divided flags, and with brown, and all Nikki heard was Browns, and she's like, no. I said a house divided Browns and Steelers flag.
It's gonna be a bit divided. You keep that shit up. I can hear already.
Nah, she thought I was, but I mean, I told her, I said, I'll throw my Browns man cave out there. Hell, I don't care. You in dog country now, not squealers. This ain't Schittsburg squealers country. This is dog country. This is dog country. We them dogs, baby. We them dogs.
Like a bunch of strays.
We about to beat them dogs this season too. Ain't that right, Golf Hawk?
No, y'all ain't. You should.
Yeah, Myles Garrett was at the game last night. Boy, was hype. Boy, man, that fucking giant freak of nature.
Myles Garrett, yeah.
Yeah. He was hype at the game last night.
Well, he's a beast.
Yeah.
John Morant out for game 2. A lot of shit.
Did you hear about what's his face out in Golden State that got he's suspended game 3?
Yeah, for acting an ass.
Yeah. Fucking there was a old boy in the game last night, the hockey game last night, between Tampa and I'm gonna kick myself if I don't get this right. I know it was one of them goddamn Canuck fuck teams.
Canuck for teams. That's why I always put them dogs down. Damn.
Toronto Maple Leafs. Tides be a changing.
Yeah.
PJ Dill. Times be a changing. Times be a changing.
Big time.
That's like them 3 L's a couple seasons back. Yeah, Toronto Maple Leafs. There was a player on Toronto's team that's suspended because but Toronto's known for playing dirty and shit like that. But he's suspended.
Draymond definitely has a horrid track record. He has an undisciplined.
Yeah, Draymond has a he
does too much. I like him as a ball player. I think he's a monster, but he does too much.
He's a hell of a fucking ball player. I agree with you. Golf Hawk, it should be the rest of the playoffs or the next 2 games because of the way it's looking. Golden State's about to get smacked right in the mouth.
I heard.
They're already down 2 games. But it should be the entire playoff run, based off of his record. He's a hell of a. I mean, he's an absolute monster on the court. He's a hell of a ball player, but none of that matters if you're tarnishing your career and your play by being an asshole.
His career is being an asshole. I like an aggressive, fearless player. I don't like a dirty player. And
you can be aggressive all day.
If you had to kick a man in the nuts to play basketball,
nah. You can be aggressive all day. I mean, I've watched both both of the Knicks and Cavs games so far, and they're playing aggressive. They're playing tough. And the refs have let a lot of stuff go that typically you wouldn't expect them to let go.
Yeah, because it's straight basketball, no bullshit.
But that's one thing. But to blatantly try to injure somebody or stomp on somebody when they're on the ground,
on a man's chest, that's some bullshit, yo.
Yeah, and he's already gotten, like you said, with the kicking or hitting people in the nuts. I mean, that happened against. I think that happened against Cleveland in that finals game.
Years ago, about a decade ago, at least.
Back in 2016.
His stats it ain't about him on that team. I think he's trying to stay there because he could have been up to be traded a couple seasons ago.
I think a lot of those guys are falling off on that Golden State Warriors team.
Them boys stayed together. They could have tore that team apart, but them boys stayed together. I'm gonna give them that. They're the bad boys. They're the bad boys right now.
Any team that has Steph Curry on it, you cannot call the bad boys. Old twinklefoot baby face Steph Curry.
You ain't on the team.
Ain't nothing bad boy about him. Ain't nothing bad boy about him.
Yes.
Maybe his makeup line is called Bad Boy, but that might be the only thing.
Oh my God. This hater in the house.
Fuck Steph Curry.
Hater in the house.
That's why your bitch ass is down 0-2.
Your bitch ass ain't even on the court.
My bitch ass is white as fuck.
He's stuck in the 90s with athletes when they're considered heroes. I like LeBron.
I
like LeBron as a player. I didn't like LeBron at first because he was always blocking shots from behind. I couldn't stand that move.
That motherfucker was lightning though.
When he's on the court and he was playing all those damn games, he has enough playoff games to have an NBA season. I call him the and one of basketball because whatever season he's been playing, he'd add another due to his playoff games. Ewing, Duncan, and Jordan. I tell you what, you got Ewing, Duncan, and Jordan. I'll take Oakley, Barkley, and Sean Kemp.
I'll take Bird, Stockton, and Mark Price. Well, you went all black.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. I'm not mad at you at all.
I had to throw one of my old school Cavaliers in there. No, man, I loved Barkley back in the day. Barkley,
Easton Williams, they used to be on the Sacramento Kings, aka White Chocolate. No craziness entitled to that because the man was a beast on the court. Jason Williams was no
two of my favorite players in the 90s were John Stockton and Karl Malone. Of course, I love Mark Price. That was my guy because he was a Cav. But
John Stockton was the man for dunking on Jordan.
And who would have ever thought Stockton was going to dunk on anybody, let alone Jordan?
No, not Stockton. John Starks used to play for the Knicks.
Starks.
Starks didn't give a damn. We liked that.
Nah, I like that Stockton Malone duo. Those guys were awesome.
Oh yeah.
But now I think what Will was saying was the 90s. A lot of the athletes we could as kids for us growing up, we could look up to them and admire them. And unfortunately today, in all honesty, there's not many that you can. I'll add Larry. Nice. There's not many athletes that you can look up to. There he is. What's going on, Fireman Rich?
My man Rich, what's going on? I like LeBron for balling, making money, staying the hell out of trouble.
And that's one thing I've always said about LeBron James.
He stayed the hell out of trouble. How do you deny that man that?
Yeah, the only time that he kind of annoys me is, and it's not just him; it's a lot of athletes and celebrities and rock stars and stuff like that. I understand you have a platform, and I understand how rich and famous you are, but don't fucking beat everybody down with your political views and opinions and your everything else. Like, and shout out to LeBron James because he's been an amazing athlete.
Don't talk about it yet, Rich. I haven't seen it yet. Don't talk about it yet.
he's been a stand-up guy for the community. He's taking care of the community, even when he wasn't in Cleveland.
Yes,
when he
did.
Was in Miami, when he was in now he's in Los Angeles.
Those are the key points. Those are the key points, Blick. Look at what he did. He sent 40 kids to college.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Well, I think he sent way more than that. I mean, and it's the same thing with what's his name? The football player, Marshawn Lynch. This fool always was acting crazy and shit. Hell of an athlete, but he takes care of his community. And I don't think you've ever heard him getting into any real trouble, but he just acts a damn fool from time to time.
He does.
But there's not as many athletes today as there were back when we were growing up. I seen a TikTok video today, and I meant to save it. But this dude did a TikTok video, and he was like, I'm a professional athlete. I make millions of dollars. My family's good, and everybody's happy. And it's playing this like music, like little like soft undertow music in the background.
Right.
And then like this real hard track hits behind him. He was like, I'm gonna be a thug. I'm gonna fuck my life up for no fucking reason. I was just like, man, if you made 100% accurate on that, because they do, man. Like we talked last year when with the whole Henry Ruggs thing that happened. Him.
Yeah. That was
out
in
Vegas.
Golf Hawk, 100%. Absolutely. I was just thinking about him. 100%.
Yeah, Warwick Dunn. I mean, there's still guys that are around. John Allstott, who played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes,
they're still down in Tampa, still doing everything under the sun for the community. He's a stand-up guy. There's a lot of these old school athletes that are still around and still doing things and still being a part of their community and still aspiring young kids and young athletes.
I 100% agree. Warwick Dunn is an icon to me. Robert Clemente was also back in the day word. I'm trying to think of who else. Michael Jordan had his foundation. Shaq, I give him his props. As much as
kids don't hang posters anymore these days.
He did an interview on why he turned down one deal for a clothing line and went to the other one. He wanted to make his clothing line affordable to everybody. I give him his props because all this stuff was being sold at Walmart. I give him his props for that. I really do.
Shaq did things the way Shaq did things, and shout out to Shaq because I remember because I had some Shaq shoes and stuff like that, and basketball shorts and stuff like that. And even what was the other basketball player that made shoes, but they were super cheap? Bradbury? What the hell was his name?
I don't know.
You could get them. You could get them at. And any of you guys that remember Stephen Barry or had ever heard of Stephen Barry, it was like they sold like sports stuff, but they also had like all these random ass, like you get a lot of collegiate stuff, but then they had like the random, like I got a jersey that says Buzzed on it. It's got a
the Palm Marbury. That might have been
Marbury's. Thank you, Golf Hawk. Yeah, I mean they sold the Marburys there, and they were nice shoes. The first year I played basketball, I think I had it was Shaq. Well, man, no, I had Shaq's the first year I played basketball. But I did have a couple pair of Marburys, and it was like inexpensive shoes that anybody could buy. You get clowned on, but I'm like, look,
you pay for them, man. You want me to do something?
In my thing, it was like first and foremost, 99% of the time, I'm in work boots or cowboy boots, if you want to label them cowboy boots. So to get me in a pair of tennis shoes was kind of a feat of its own.
Right.
I mean, even to this day, when the kids see me in tennis shoes, they freak out. Or sneakers, whatever you want to call them.
Sneakers, tennis shoes, fuckers.
They're fucking tennis shoes, man.
Sneakers, fuck that. You saw Black Panther, sneakers.
Never seen Black Panther.
You bearded faced demon.
I'm too white. They told me I was too white. I'm not allowed to watch Black Panther.
Shit. I was thinking about that shit today, but I was laughing my ass off. I said, that damn Glick, you bald-headed demon. I'm like,
dude, I was
bald-headed demon. I was like, I need to find that soundbite and put that shit up there. He's looking already.
No, I think we have it. I think Jeff put it up here.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, he did. Where the hell is it? I might have taken it down.
You bald-headed demon. That shit was so man. That dude rocked it on that damn movie. I don't care. They made some iconic actors. People got their career off of that movie. I don't care.
That's Trump. Bing bong, bing bing. Or no, that was China. We had it up here. I might have taken it down.
Jeff probably is working. I don't think she's back home yet, is she?
I thought she was coming back home this weekend. I thought he said she was going to be here on the, or she was supposed to be back home on the 15th. Yeah, I don't see it, but we did have it. Bald-headed demon. Yeah. Speak. I find myself falling into these like YouTube rabbit holes and stuff like that. And lately there's a YouTube channel, not that they need me to shout them out or anything like that, but it's one of my favorite YouTube channels, and it's called Top 10s. TOP 10S.
Right.
Or it might be spelled out either way. But they do like paranormal, alien, mystery, like unsolved mysteries, just weird shit. I was watching a video today. Well, I should say I was listening to a video because that's what I do a lot. Since with the YouTube Premium, I can lock my screen and throw my phone in my pocket while I'm at work. And I was listening to this video, and they were like it was the craziest tombstones.
Mm-hmm.
And the bald-headed demon thing made me think of it. There was a gentleman back in I think it was like in the 1800s, but beards weren't popular. They weren't in style, but this man had a big beard like I did. And they were not they were not like a normal thing, to the point where his preacher said that he was in cahoots with black magic and the devil. Good job, Christians. Once again, you're fucking everything up.
Watch your mouth.
So an angry mob attacked him. Now, when this mob attacked him defending himself, he did stab and kill 2 or 3 people that were attacking him. But in the ruckus, in the fricassee, he was killed. He was murdered by this mob.
Ruckus and fricassee is what he said, y'all.
Yep, yes, sir. Ruckus and fricassee. He was murdered by this mob. But his tombstone, they had a likeness. They had his face with his big full beard on his tombstone, and all I could think of was you making fun of my beard all the time. I'm like, hey, Tony D, he's the preacher. Yeah, bald-headed demon. You bald-headed demon.
I'm sitting here trying to find it now because I can see a couple of them up here.
Yeah, we had it. I must have taken it down, but we did have it up here because Jeff put it up, and he was so proud of himself. Thank you, Jeff. But yeah, I find myself in these rabbit holes all the time. Oh, and Tony D, since you're too chicken shit, I will say that
the fuck you
as she's recently been dubbed by me the first lady of nonsensical nonsense. She'll go to Helltown, Ohio with me since you won't go.
Fuck that chicken shit. I'll be here to do the show while y'all don't come back. Don't worry.
I'll do the show. I'll do the show live. She wants to do that.
Ass out there in the woods playing with death, trying to deal with the other side.
She's into that, like urban explorer and shit, and going and finding a building.
Back with her eyes looking like Krychek on the X-Files after that alien got to his ass. We're gonna leave you the hell out there. Shout out to the X-Files. I will always love that show.
That was an interesting show, to say the least. I've been hearing rumors that they might be bringing it back or rebooting it or some shit.
They did once already. They tried to. Lasted about 6-7 episodes, I think it was.
Yeah, but they're talking about doing it again and doing like bringing Mulder and Scully back, but more of like a pass the torch type thing where they're only going to be on a couple episodes.
Well, you know they got kids. They got a kid.
Oh yeah,
they got a kid.
Oh, the movie Casino. Will said, "You want a YouTube wormhole?" I get into the comparisons between Casino and the actual events it's based on. Great, yeah, oh yeah. Well, we talked about that not too long ago with
Ocean's 11.
Yeah, we talked about that not too long back. When OG was in here, we were talking about Los Angeles or California street gangs, and then we started kind of talking about mob stuff, which is one of my things. Plus, I would really like to know if that guy is any like form of relation or something like that in my family. Because he what was his name, Alan Glick or whatever, that went out there to Vegas and did all that.
He's trying to get a piece of that money.
No, I don't want a piece of the money. It's just a curiosity feature, because like it's cool when you find out that if you trace your bloodline or your heritage or whatever your ancestry, and sometimes it's cool to learn about the people that you're related to from the past. Like Absolutely. I'm a descendant of Edgar Allan Poe. My great grandmother was a Poe. Why did you drop your head?
How many generations back are we, Glick?
I don't know how many generations back we are. What are you talking about?
As far as you being a descendant of Edgar Allan Poe there.
I don't know. Would you want me to fucking count them?
I mean, if you fucking know, you would know how far back it was.
Well, Tony D, let's see.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This motherfucker.
But no, the reason I was curious about the casino thing and the Alan Glick thing was because he was originally from PA. And that's where my grandfather's family originally was from PA. Like our that side of our family, when they came over to the new land or whatever, that's where they settled originally. And somehow they made their way to Ohio. Like my mom's side was West Virginia. And then somehow they navigated their way up.
You got to find out which king, because I have Irish descendancies as well on my maternal side. Hence the fight in the beer that I am and that I tend to bring out every now and then.
Did you say beard?
Beer, you idiot. Easy with the Ancestry.com, but I got you, Rich. Easy with this.
Black people in Ireland, Tony.
I don't think so either. But apparently I'm wrong when you look at a lot of the history. All the countries.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I said,
they was when they literally say black people were everywhere on this globe, yes, it's fucking true. Japan, China, all that shit, every fucking where, ladies and gentlemen, every fucking where. I'm still tripping off of it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit back and act like I know all of this and they've been everywhere. Nah, I'm still tripping out that there were black people in Russia. I'm like, huh? I've never been up there. I never looked into it.
Yeah. The O'Connors.
The O'Connors, what the fuck?
I'm Chris McLeod of the McLeod clan. That's a movie reference and a television reference. And if anybody gets that, awesome.
My grandmother said
Highlander, Duncan McLeod.
We're related to the Pipers in Ireland. So I might be related to Rowdy Piper.
Hell yeah. How far does that go back, Tony?
That's about 5 or 6 generations.
So Edgar Allan Poe died for you. Edgar Allan Poe died in 1849.
4 generations from before my grandmother. Pipers.
Yeah. Edgar Allan Poe died in 1849. What is that? 4 generations back? 5 generations back? 6 generations?
49. You were born what year?
I was born in 81. He died in 1849.
Jesus
so what is
Christ.
that, like 6, 7 generations back?
1849 is about at least 100 years before you. So I'll go 4 or 5 generations. A generation to me is 25 years. 25 years is a generation.
Okay.
To me,
so about,
I might be wrong.
Yeah.
They can only be
I just based off of like I know right now there's 3 generations of Glick boys or men alive between my dad, myself, and Cash.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how I'm basing it off of.
Because my grandmother's side, she was the first.
Fireman Rich and Will coming through with the Highlander reference.
Yes, there you go, Rich. Big ups with that. Common definition is right now is the new generation, right? Gotcha.
Okay, so that's what I said, about 6, 7 generations back. Yeah, my great grandmother was a Poe. Their family comes from that.
Germany.
Oh, my entire the majority of my ancestors are Glick. The last name Glick was originally Gluck. It comes from Jewish royalty. And Jewish then royalty? when my quote unquote family came to America and it became Americanized, it became Glick, but it was originally Gluck, Gluck, and it comes from Jewish royalty. And I'm like, I didn't even know the Jews ever had any royalty or they were ever in power, because it seems like most of the time they were getting killed or they were enslaved.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, I think Germany's back there too as well on my mother's side, my grandmother's side, because she was the first American in her family, and they were from Montserrat. It's an island down in the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. So I got Arawak Indian, Irish. I think German's in there. There's Cherokee Indian on my mom's side. There's also Cherokee Indian on my dad's side. Mm-hmm. A lot of that. Yeah, me and my cousin, we decided to trace our family back in '98. We was doing that. Me and my cousin on my mother's side. So we started calling people and asking stuff.
On my dad's side, I have Blackfoot Indian.
Due to that area of the country, yes, I believe that. Yeah, that area of the country had Blackfoots. Blackfoot's the Iroquois, I believe, right?
I think it was, because I also have Indian blood on my mom's side, but I've heard Cherokee, I've heard Iroquois. I'm like, but and that's a lot closer with the Blackfoot bloodline's a lot closer to where I am now, because one of my great something or another was 100% Blackfoot.
Word.
So, but yeah, they were up here in this Ohio Midwest region up here, Blackfoot Indian tribe.
Word.
But yeah, most from what I've done, and I want to do the ancestry.com thing and actually get the or 23andMe or whatever, but I would love to do a full report on, but I know outside of the Indian, also we're a lot German, which explains a lot. I'm angry and I'm drunk.
I'm drunk and I like to fight.
Have you ever met a German that wasn't drunk, angry, and didn't like to fight?
Yes.
The motherfucking language just sounds mean. They could be saying the sweetest shit in the world, but you think they're insulting you.
Facts.
Well, Fireman Rich, as the great Leonard Skinner once said, my hair's turning white, my collar's still blue, and my neck is red.
Time for a real quick break. We'll play the song. Ghost
Red, white,
Flute.
blue. Go ahead and pick one, Tony D.
Ghost.
Angry and drunk can be applied to mid-world. What? You're not wrong, Ghost Flute.
Red-blooded, born American. That's all of us in all aspects. That's all of us. Period.
America. Fuck yeah.
You want me to pick a song?
Pick a song, man. Pick a song. Cue the band. Let us know who we're listening to. Let us know where we can find them at.
Sure. Bitch.
Look, I give the guy a responsibility, and he goes into freak out mode.
You know, we ain't used to this every night.
Panic mode.
No, I want to. Everybody already knows the two. I'm going to pick off the rep. Sorry.
And Tony D, if you got music that won't get us striked, if you know any local bands or local artists or whatever, and you want to upload them, man.
No, I know.
Absolutely. I told Jeff the same thing, but I've also vetoed that a couple times because there was some.
Thank you for being here. Well,
I was just going to get ready to say
Ghost Flute envelope just to have a laugh. I try to keep the show going. Jeff, you bastard, I know you hear me. I'm going easy tonight. 101. Every hour we tend to take a break due to the agenda and the format Glick tried to do when he was working on getting our sponsorships that we are always still working on, regardless of what he says, how he acts, or whatever his opinion is.
Or the agenda.
And I said, yeah, you do. So y'all stick around. Go to the bathroom. Go check your food. Go check the pets. Check the
get more beer.
Windows are locked and all that. He's going to tell you to get beer. I'm going to go get a Pepsi. We'll be right back after this.
Come and lay your money down. How much for your soul? Is it for sale to anyone? What's the price for being alone?
Blacktop Mojo for your ear holes. Do it for the money.
I like
Welcome
that song.
back to Nonsense.
Big ups to Blacktop Mojo. I do like that song.
That's one of your favorites.
I do like that damn song.
Ain't nothing wrong with that song, man.
Ghost Floof, you're not lying. I remember the first time I heard it, and I told you, I'm not a rock guy. And I was checking their music. Yeah, a couple songs grew on me, but that one right there, like, okay, I like that jam. I'm gonna keep telling you.
I think that one and Jealousy, the first time you heard them, you were like, hell yeah. You were locked in.
I did.
But that was welcome back to Nonsensical Nonsense, everybody. We've got Tony D hanging out. You know who I am. We got Glick in the building as always. That was Blacktop Mojo. Go ahead and check them out on all social media and wherever you stream music at Blacktop Mojo. Ghost Floof. All you got to do is just type in Blacktop Mojo and you'll get all their music. They're an amazing band. I was actually chit-chatting with Matt a little bit yesterday.
No shit. How's he doing?
Good. They're on break. He posted on Snapchat some footage from a live show, and he's like, miss being on tour, miss hanging out with the guys. Well, we got new music coming out this week, and I'm like, hell yeah. So I told him, I said, just you guys deserve the break. Enjoy it. We're looking forward to the new music, though. What up, biatch?
That sound like Cam.
But yeah, I will guarantee that even if you're not a fan of rock music, you'll find at least one song by Blacktop Mojo that you will like. I guarantee it. Even if it's a cover that they did of somebody else's song. But like I said, welcome back to the show. This is Nonsensical Nonsense. If you guys are not already, go ahead and check us out on them socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget you can hang out with us Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Around 6 p.m.-ish, as our friend Rich tells us, Fireman Rich says, around 6-ish. And if you can't join us live, you can listen to us anytime, any place, on Spotify and everywhere you listen to podcasts at. So you know the drill. Go ahead and give us a follow, give us a like, and if you'd be so kind, give us a share. And don't forget, if you're hanging out in here and you're watching us live and you're liking what we do, whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, there's a little share button. You can share the live. And you'll get to see us 3 times a week. And if you're following us on social media, you'll get to meet some of our other friends, like Fireman Rich, who does his morning coffee.
You all are helping me load up for next month. And I thank y'all for this. Y'all are helping me load up big time for this. I want everybody.
Yep. You'll get to see Tony D.
Everybody.
You can see Tony D doing his thing on Sundays with his fantasy football show that actually turns into a sports show. But not only do you get to see Tony D on Sunday, you get to see our man Fireman Rich, and of course you get to see this beautiful face and this amazing voice on Sundays every once in a while on the Fantasy Belt Kings football show. You can also check out our guy Ted Hicks, who does late night parenting with a whole cast of characters, including Tony D. Listen to the words I'm saying. You'll see it. You'll start to catch a rhythm here. Every once in a while, I've been on late night parenting once. I'd like to get back on there because Ted Hicks is awesome.
Hey, yo, Ted, Glick is really trying to get back on the show. He misses you. Can I come back, Ted, please?
Yeah, can I come back? I promise I won't be so white next time.
Listen, and I'm going to go ahead and say this, man. I was working on something on May 5th. May 5th will have been in 1 year since our former platform died.
Nice.
I'm really, really working on a broadcast for that one up here.
Yep.
I want a bunch of y'all there. Rich, you always said appreciate the shout out. Man, I've been shouting you out for over a year. You keep a clean format. You keep a regular format. You keep a timely format. You talk to everybody. I'm going to support your ass. I'm going to support you. Yeah. You've been right there with me. We were barely even talking. We were just seeing each other. We was always giving each other props. Then we finally started broadcasting together, man. You all right with me. Don't you worry about a damn thing. And now you get to sit home and do this every day. You ain't got to get up in the morning. You make me sick, but I ain't mad at you. I was going to get on you about this morning's broadcast.
I'm very grateful that Rich doesn't have to get up super early anymore because now that he starts at like 6 o'clock or so, I actually get to join in and chime in and get to hang out in the chatter and Rich's chatters box. But there's one more streamer / podcaster that I haven't gotten to mention yet, and I got to go ahead and do this properly. I got to do it properly. My man, the one and only. Go ahead, Tony D. Where's it at? Tony D?
You gotta go ahead and do this. Yeah, boy.
Our brother from another mother, the one and only Smoke, Mr. Ace World. Go ahead and check him out Sunday nights. Sunday Night Smoke Podcast. I got nothing but love for Smoke. Tony and I have been in Smoke's corner for a hot minute, and Smoke and I have been down for, we've had each other's backs, and we've supported each other since the day we met each other. And these belts, our man Smoke sent to Tony and I as appreciation for having his back and always supporting him, and no matter what anybody else said. So now, of course, he did send me the single greatest championship belt of all time, the Smoking Skull belt. But in Smoke's words, ladies and gentlemen, nobody else could wear the Smoking Skull except for Glick.
That's exactly what he said.
So,
yeah, I got a belt too. A lot of us, Richard, has been 2 years since we've known each other. Like I said, we met on that phone. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all. For those of y'all who don't know us, we all met on haps.tv/haps.co. I still miss the hell out of it. Rich told everybody this morning. Tony is really pushing to keep everybody together. I really am. Man. We can do so much together. And this is a dream of mine. Live streaming, broadcasting. When I do my music video thing, just coming up with a topic and having people around. We had and yes, Ghost Fluke, we do, a bunch of us still support each other. I went on a big rant about this last week and over the past couple of weeks.
We have a community.
Here, I've been talking about this.
We have a community of creators.
Yeah, well, we live stream, broadcast, podcast. If we were to all get together with all of our followers, we all followed each other and vice versa, what the hell could we not do? We literally have at least 12 hours a day. If we put all that stuff together.
I mean, this damn show does.
Wait. What the hell are you doing with your microphone? What the hell?
Did I lose it?
Yes. No, you didn't lose it, but you messed something up.
Is it bad?
No, go ahead. Say something else.
Is that better?
A little bit. It wasn't what it originally was. It wasn't what it originally was. But I'm really pushing for all of this. And I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all this too. A lot of us who got issues with each other or issues with who we're around, because I told Carmen this the other night. He wants to get her numbers up. And I told her, I know the history. I know the issues her and I have had in the past. I said, but if you want to do this, we can do this. We can all follow and support each other. Because even with our differences, I'll be damned if we don't broadcast something one of us will have an interest in at any given time. If we don't, you're a little closed-minded. There's only two people I'm not going to support. They used to be on that former platform by my own choice based on outside crap. It's a little bit of on-screen too, but there's only two people I'm not going to say nothing about. But even if I was to resolve some of those issues, I would damn do it because I'm telling you, we was working on something on that other platform. Whether you all know it or not, I was sitting there watching it. He could do this. He could do this. He could do this. I could do this. They could do that. We could do this together. We could have been unstoppable. Instead of the normal gossip that's going on social media, the normal, I'll go ahead and say it, shit talking, instigating, all of that bullshit is old. It's a year later. All of that shit is old. I emphasize Rich with his morning show. Rich got 5:30 in the morning locked 3 nights a week. I'll do the music video show 2 nights a week. Glick has this show 3 nights a week. Ted had his show Thursday nights. Smoke has his show on Sundays. Carmen does her show Thursday nights as well. Information Man pops up whenever. Brother Shannon pops up whenever. Do y'all realize how much stuff we had together? If we were to put it all together? And you know they got apps out there now where we can make our own TV channel.
Hey, Tony D, is my mic better now?
100%. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
We can make our own TV channel.
To kind of pile on what you were saying, I 100% agree with you, Tony D.
All of us. Even those, and I'm sorry, Glick, I apologize. Even though
you're fine.
Don't see you just in the damn audience and y'all sharing, you all are doing something just by doing that. I'm pushing for everybody, and it was really tearing me up. I'm like, yo, we right here, we can do this. we can do this, and we will build the following off of just doing it. If we pulled the old clips of what we did on Haps, do you know how many people will laugh their asses off of that? I'm still cracking up.
Oh yeah, dude, we had some crazy, as much as I shit on Haps, I mean that's Haps is where this show was born, was on Haps, because Haps was one of those first free platforms that allowed you to multicast it onto various platforms. But and I keep saying this word, and I don't mean any disrespect in any way, shape, or form. So if you take it that way. But we as creators, we are content creators. We come in and we nonsensical nonsense. Let's call a spade a spade. It's the wild card. It's the jack of all trades. We do it all here. No disrespect to anybody else.
Whenever, all the time. And I've been up here for a year. We do not run out of shit to talk about. That's crazy.
We talk about anything and everything. And that's the great thing about the three of us. The three main faces of this show are Tony, Jeff, and I. We're all very well versed, and we can speak on and talk about anything. We're kind of the wild cards out of everybody that Tony D just talked about. Because a lot of the other guys, they kind of have their stuff a little bit more formatted, and they come in with an agenda, and we just come in and just fucking turn the cameras on and just start talking.
You know what, Rich, you got time. I think I'm gonna have to I think I need to keep up my list. Waterface.
Did it work? Hell
Waterface.
Yeah. Boom. That's what's up.
I mean, he didn't really tell it to grow, but it's fine.
Well, yeah, you're gonna get grill marks, but that's awesome. She's making fajitas, and I didn't realize that she was actually. I'm sorry, quesadillas, and I didn't realize that she was actually trying to.
Yeah, quesadillas, not fajitas. Get it right.
Yeah, I didn't realize that she was trying to actually put the cheese and chicken and stuff on the shells and then warm them up and make them crisp. So she was trying to do it in the pan, and I said, "We got the George Foreman grill. Why don't you try it in the grill?" Grill worked. She said it worked. It just has grill marks on it.
Grill marks is okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It looks like a Mexican beef patty, and that's okay.
Well, she's got the chicken and cheese inside of it. And fold it. Did you fold it? Fold it over and just close the George Foreman down there for a minute or two. Oh yeah, that's what's up.
And for those of you who are new to the show, when our kids come in, we do stop and pause for the children.
What? Well, that's part of cooking. Trust me, when you get older and you become an adult, the fact that I taught you girls how to cook, you'll thank me for it.
Yeah.
Because I had friends, that was the greatest thing.
First of all, my mom and you and my grandma told me to.
Whatever. Either way, you were taught to cook.
First of all, Joe ass.
First of all, man. I was
Joe ass.
I was the one that first started teaching them to cook, and that was, and I'll tell you what, that was the oh wow, Foundation podcast. That's a new one. I didn't know. We are on so many fucking platforms. I don't even know. I don't even know half the platforms we're on. But that was in all the things I've learned in life. My mom teaching me how to cook when I was growing up is probably one of the best things I ever learned.
Oh, absolutely. My mom taught me my sister how to cook when we was young.
R.I.P. Yes. 12 years ago yesterday.
R.I.P. moms.
Thanks, Facebook, for reminding me. I knew I felt yesterday was crazy, man. I didn't even get out of my work uniform.
That's a connection. I value that in life. A couple of years ago, I had Better Days by Diane Reeves in my head. Didn't realize why. My grandmother's, the anniversary of her passing had came up.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for your instincts, ladies and gentlemen. Straight up. Thank God for your instincts.
Yeah, no, nice. Hell yeah. Those right there. Look at that. Oh, quesadilla. Can you guys see that? Oh, grill marks on that bad boy. Hey, what's up? Good job. Good job, buddy.
Now, as you do that, you're going to add more and more ingredients.
Yep.
You're going to add more and more ingredients.
Oh, I don't have recipes. and I'll cook. Say something simple. I'll cook like a casserole, and every time I cook that casserole, it's different every time. Like I do a taco bake, and just a couple weeks ago, I was like, "Oh, I got a can of refried beans. I wonder if I can add refried beans to it and what it would taste like." And the kids were like, "Why weren't you adding refried beans sooner? Because this is awesome."
Yes.
Yeah, that was done on the George. Oh, man, I love my George Foreman grill. I don't know what I'm going to do now that Nikki bought me this beautiful grill with a smoker on it for Father's Day. It came early because it's getting warm and we want a grill, so she got it early for me. And I put that together Sunday, and I'm like, what are we going to cook first? Like, what do I want to smoke first? I've never smoked anything, so this is going to be a learning experience for me. But yeah, yesterday was crazy because I didn't even get out of my work uniform until 7:00. I didn't even sit down and watch the game and eat dinner until halftime. I was getting my notifications, so it was just crazy, and I knew something was off. I felt off. I didn't feel right. And last night when Nikki got home from work, we were sitting out there, and she was eating dinner, and we were kind of chit chatting, and I got a Facebook notification about memories, and boom, I was like, fuck you, Facebook. And so
stop cursing the platforms out. We need them. Let me tell you something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Between the people that I follow and the shit that I do, I know of at least 12 different broadcasters. We should all be doing something on the same.
Well, yeah, no, and that's what I said. I have no problem. I told Rich this morning. Anytime he's got time, and if he wants to, all he's got to do is say the word, and he's got a square on this show anytime.
Oh, absolutely. We got Rich's show, Rich's Morning Coffee, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 05:30 on Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor, please follow that man.
Thank you for starting it now, Rich.
He comes in, he does the good morning, he does the weather, he does the current events, he does the quote of the day, he responds to the chat. Chris Technician comes in with his dinner report. You got to tell everybody what you had for dinner, period. 3 times a week. That's
God love Chris, because he's been doing that dinner report, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know or may not know who Chris Technician is or are new to Chris Technician, he's been doing that dinner report since Periscope. I've known Chris probably longer than anybody else has. I love that dude. Super supportive. He's always been around for my shows. I was on Periscope. I originally started on Ustream. Ustream kind of went the way of the dodo. Periscope started. Chris, there's another gentleman who comes in here, Maestro Lay Duck or Mark. My Maestro Lay Duck. He's in England. And when we're doing our show, it's like 2:00 in the morning, and he's in there. Mm-hmm.
I'm done with dinner.
You're done with dinner? Okay.
Huh? I said I need to clean my mess up.
Well, clean up your mess.
I did.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead and eat.
I did.
Okay. Well, watch Stranger Things. Watch The Walking Dead.
Watch us. We are the Stranger Things.
You got the whole living room all to yourself. Your brother's going to be outside for a little bit longer. I mean, you can go upstairs if you want, but you have the whole living room to yourself.
He's right.
Miss Krista, she comes in from
Ted has late night parents normally on Thursday nights. We just cover the current events and give our opinions on what the news story is, but we reference the news story. Then we give.
How does a white guy get invited to late night parents?
It's a Glick thing. You wouldn't understand.
I understand. Trust me. I behave myself when I'm on other people's shows, first and foremost.
You do. Ted was the first person to ever ask me to co-host with him, ladies and gentlemen. That's my man, 50 grand. I pushed the hell out of his show because when I first met him, I met him on Michael Bathurst's show. If Bathurst would ever get back together with everything like I've been telling him for the past year, then we could do this.
I haven't even seen him on Twitter Spaces in a hot minute. Is everything okay?
He did one last week. I couldn't make it. We did one a couple before that. If I can get Bathurst back up there, that would be another show. Me and Bathurst would go an hour or two easy.
Oh yeah,
He was the first one I was very easy conversating with about any and everything online.
ladies
Big up
and
to Michael
gentlemen.
Bathurst.
If you don't believe
Yes.
I can behave on somebody else's broadcast,
Watch Bill King's
Go-
Fantasy Football League.
but not only that, but go watch any replay or listen to any Twitter space that I've been on there with Bathurst. Because I really got to be on my on my best behavior with Bathurst. You know, Ted gives me a little bit of leeway.
Hold on to that story, Ghost Floof. I got you. Ted always has something interesting to talk about. Yes, we know. Rich, I'm gonna need you to behave. You can act up a little bit, but I'm gonna need you to behave. He is.
I think we're all chasing those numbers, though. At the end of the day, man.
I mean, in one way, shape, or form, yes. In one way, shape, or form, yes.
Now I don't stress so much on numbers. I kind of look out for the milestone numbers, which are cool to me. But I don't pay much attention to the numbers. I think the numbers are going to come. Actually, speaking of numbers, Tony D,
go.
I wish Jeff was here because I would like to congratulate you guys.
Go.
See as much shit as I get for not being humble or anything else. I give these guys way more credit than I give myself for this show, even though I do everything.
Damn. Bullshit. I'm sorry. That slipped. My bad. I had something to throw.
On YouTube.
Yes.
Hey, Airtime, listen to this.
Oh, yeah.
I got to get my gigs in. Sadie, there she is. We have over 13,000 views on YouTube.
Word.
You hear that, Airtime? Go ahead and combine your numbers, and you won't be close.
Easy there, easy there. Rich, I told you to behave, damn it.
Rich, you don't have to behave on nonsensical nonsense.
Rich,
we want the wild man, Rich, when you come on here.
Rich, Michael Bathurst actually apologized for being that way in Twitter Spaces. You may not know that he did apologize for being that way. He apologized. He sent an apology to everybody. I met Smoke. Actually, his name is Ace World.
I understand what Rich is saying.
Yeah, I met him through Ted Hicks, and I think we was all on Bathurst show. And I told Smoke if he does a show, I'll come up there because Ted wanted us to support him. I said, cool. I've been running with him for about 2 years. I got to list everybody. I met Glick and them watching this show when I was on Haps, laughing a couple of times, coming up on the show, wanting to be a part of the list. Then they asked me to come up here. I said, yeah, I'll come up, no problem. I've been sitting here running with these ever since. It's been cool though. It's been cool. It's been fun.
I mean, we did shows together when you were live on Haps, and before you became a part of this show, you had me up and we had fun and we hung out. I'd be in the comments just fucking
trolling, being an ass, all that shit.
Hey man, you know what the greatest Hall of Fame Haps me moment was when I brought up fucking Snow and completely changed the whole game and OG. You were so mad at me.
Even listen, Random Rick was like, "What the fuck?"
I flipped the whole damn script of that fucking show on one comment. And you're just sitting there shaking your head like this motherfucker. And who it was OG. And I feel terrible because I can never remember who the other guy that was in there with you guys that night.
It was Random Rick. It was Random Rick.
Was it Random? No, was it Random Rick that night?
Random Rick was there. Yes.
Dude, I fucking flipped the whole script and changed the whole conversation talking about Snow, and Tony was so mad.
I was furious.
I think it was the first time I got an audible, this motherfucker.
Information Man. Y'all might want to check him out. Information Man has the current events, the current topics, calls all of it out. I will tell you, he's very pro-black, but he is also very pro-racial.
No disrespect.
outside of the race.
Yeah, no
The racial-
disrespect or anything like that, but there's a few of you guys, Smoke, not so much Smoke. I won't say Smoke, but his panel is very pro black. Smoke, and I think that's one of the things that Smoke and I kind of connected on real quick is the fact that both of us, can kind of sit in the middle, and we're going to call both sides out, regardless of if we're in here talking about politics. And you and Jeff
both sides
are
get called out. No, that happens. Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
Brother Shannon did the same thing.
Yeah, Brother Shannon does the same thing. But there, and like I said, nothing wrong with it. But there's a lot of you guys that are
pro justice as well, pro black and pro justice. Yes.
Yeah, black. I don't know. I got to try to choose my words wisely because.
No, I'm gonna tell you the truth. We are pro black.
You look at me and you hear my voice, and it's like instantly. But a lot of you guys, the black broadcasters and streamers, you guys are pro black, which is fine and dandy. There's nothing wrong with it. And that's one thing I do appreciate about Smoke, because some guys are just like, we don't want to hear shit about shit when it comes to anything else. This is how it is, and it is what it is, and nobody and it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. But that's where I got to give Smoke props, because Smoke will be like, whoa, hold up. Oh, wait a minute.
Him and Brother Shannon like that. You got us, Nonsensical Nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
You got Randy Horton. He is pretty much the guru out of all of us. He's got the most numbers out of all of us. He has the largest following out of all of us. Randy Horton's the man. Randy W. Horton, Horton. Check him out. Seriously. But I don't like shit happening to kids. I'm tired of what we have going on against black folks in the country. I will tell you that straight up. I don't care. I don't like what I'm seeing. You all saw the shooting of the 16-year-old a couple days ago. Another story that popped up nobody's talking about.
Yeah, but unfortunately, and like we talked Monday night, Tony D, that story became all about clickbait.
Well,
and I'm not saying it wasn't a terrible situation. It wasn't terrible. What happened was horrible. But like I said, they hi Suze, they turned it into clickbait, and let's see how many views we can get, and not addressing the actual story. Because like I told you, there was a young lady, I can't remember if it was a day or two before or a day or two after. Basically, the same exact thing happened. But there was nothing.
Story again. Honestly, tell me that story again.
There was nothing to sensationalize it, because it was an old white guy and a white girl. There was nothing to sensationalize it, so it's there. It happened, and the question is why. And I asked you this Monday night: what is going on in the world that people or just feeling that it's necessary if somebody knocks on their door to shoot somebody?
That's my question. That's the whole question. Yeah.
When they don't feel, when there's no reason for you to feel in danger. This gentleman.
That's the whole question. When somebody knocks on the door, what's the first thing you do? You first see who it is, or you ask, who is it?
Yeah.
He apparently came outside, saw who it was, and shot him.
I've heard so many different versions of this story. I've heard that he came, like you said, he came outside, saw him, shot him. I heard that he shot through the door. I heard that it was a storm door. He's seen him through the glass, or storm doors are like glass or screen. So what actually happened? I don't think we may know, we may not know, but
a 16-year-old
the fact of the matter is this is happening, and why? Because just last night I had a complete stranger in my house. On my washer took a shit, so we Nikki and I ordered a brand new washer and dryer last night. It's getting delivered tomorrow morning. Well, I had to get the old washer and dryer out of here, so I just put on the Facebook selling wall: free washer and dryer, you pick up, need gone ASAP. Dryer works perfectly. Washer's not working right. Okay, so yeah. I think that's the one I'm talking about, Tony D.
Look at that. Go ahead, finish your story,
This kid hit me up. This kid, and I say young kid because he was a young cat. He hits me up on Facebook. Hey, I'll come get it tonight. Just send me your address. All right, cool. And I had a lot of people that were like, well, I'll come get it. I'll come get it. I'll come get it. I'll come get it. So I check out this kid's profile and I see he's a fellow, he's a convict. He's done time in jail. And I'm like, all right, you know what? But I'm also looking at he's got 3 kids. He's got 3 kids. He's married. He owns his own company. Like he's trying to make a better life for himself. Whatever. I'm like, all right, dude. I said I'm not home right now, but we'll be home here in a few. I'll text you the address when we get home. Now I got all 3 of my kids here, and Jebediah was here, who's bigger than me. My oldest daughter's boyfriend, which if you guys watch the show, you've seen him on here. He's a good cat. Big boy. He's a high school kid. He's got about 1.5 inches, 2 inches on me height-wise, and relatively same build.
If you ever saw the last Wolverine movie, Glick is Wolverine, Jebediah is the clone. Keep going.
yeah. So, I had my basketball shorts on because, I finally got – so I was like, fuck it, let me put some cargo shorts on. I threw my cargo shorts on. I put my gun on my hip. The girls were freaking. Oh man, why do you have your gun, Dad? What are you doing? Oh my God! And I'm like, look, I got somebody that we don't know coming to the house to pick up this washer and dryer. I'm not gonna threaten him with him. I'm not gonna show it to him. Anything else, but if he shows up and acts a little crazy, I'm gonna go ahead and squash it real quick and in a hurry.
I have to side with your daughters because between you and Jebediah and your girls, you didn't need a gun.
Oh yeah, old boy that showed up was smaller than Austin. Like he was just a little scrawny dude, But he, him and I got to talking. We actually, after we got the washer, because I helped him take the washer and dryer out, we put it up in the pickup truck. Him and I stood out in the parking lot for about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, just kind of bullshitting with each other. He seems like a cool cat. He made a mistake. He did his time. He got out. Now he's trying to, take care of his family. You know what I mean? He started his own business. So, I got nothing wrong with people who've been to jail. If you made a mistake and you fucked up, but you're like, oh shit, I fucked up, and now let me go ahead and pay my dues. This is why I have 4 bottles of wine and brandy each month.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you. Pretty much. I think we all
be more. Yeah, absolutely. And that was my thing. Like it's not like I opened my door and it's not like I opened my door and was like, hey, just in case you fuck around, you're gonna find out. It was on my hip. It was concealed. He didn't know it was there, but it was a stranger in my house, and my kids were here.
But you knew the stranger was coming. It was different.
Well, yeah, I knew the stranger was coming, but that don't mean I didn't know that he was going to come. And once he came in here, all of a sudden, 4 of his buddies were going to kick my door in. I didn't.
Very fair, because that is happening in today's society. Very fair aspect.
So I'm like, all right, I got Jebediah here. He's a big boy. He plays football. He plays lacrosse, so he's a tough sumbitch.
I want you to meet Rumble, Frenzy, and Soundwave. That's right.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So it's just like one of those things. Like I'm not thinking anything bad is going to happen, but on the off chance something does happen, we're good. But you know what I mean. So it's like, but no, like I said, he was a young cat. He seemed like he understands he made mistakes in his past. He's moved on from it. He's trying to better himself. He's trying to be a good husband. He's trying to be a good dad. We even talked about him asking if there was, because he's like, these are nice places. They're pretty big and stuff like that. He was like, do you know if anything's available? I said, hey, man, the best thing I can tell you to do is come up to the office when they're open, grab you an application, because him and his family he's got 3 little kids. They outgrew their house.
Yes.
And if you're in the Newark area and you need something salvaged, go ahead and check out my man, Spate Salvages. Go ahead and give him a holler. He'll come and take care of you. And I said, hey, man.
Help a man who's trying to contribute to society. Absolutely.
If you're in Ohio, you're in the Central Ohio area, check out Spates Salvages. Go show them some love, hook a brother. But I told him, I said, hey man, just go grab me an application when they're open, fill it out, and see what the wait list is. And they're not bad. So, but yeah, I mean that's. Well, yeah, telling people to be more aware and be better people is like telling people to be kinder or nicer. Is like telling people to have the respect they're already supposed to have for one another. Well, and you know what? And unfortunately, can't teach an inmate ignorance. No, they were already taught ignorance.
You typing fast, Ghost Floof. Stop fucking with him. That's my man.
But yeah, unfortunately, in the world that we live in, this younger generation of kids are being taught not to respect people. They're being taught that there's no consequences for their actions. They're being taught it's not even demanding respect, because you can run up on me with 6 of your buddies. You're not demanding respect. All you're going to do is rob me and get my shit, and I'm going to find out who you are, and I'm going to come and single-handedly destroy your entire family, old school style.
Go ahead, Luke.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead, Luke.
There's an adage that goes around, a little words of wisdom, if you will, for you young cats when you fuck around with us old dogs that have been around for a long time. Fuck around and find out. You want to be a knucklehead? We were a knucklehead before you ever even thought of.
And y'all are getting caught. We didn't.
Yeah. And the great thing about you young ass idiots these days is you put everything on social media, so you're not hard to find.
No, they don't. I agree, Ghost Floof. They do not. They have no idea what scary revenge is. If I say I want my steak well done, damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not well done.
Ooh, that looks done almost right. A little too cooked for my taste, but
it's pretty medium. It's pretty medium.
Yeah, I was going to say it looks a little medium. I'm a medium rare guy, but that looks a little medium, which I can get by with some medium. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, unfortunately, these younger cats are not being taught respect. And I mean, I've taught my kids the same mentality that I have, and I try to instill it into their heads every day. You treat people right, you treat people with respect, and you don't try to screw people over. Hell, these fucking little goofy ass kids that run around my neighborhood now that I live in, I've had conversations with them about the way they act, and I'm like, hey, that shit ain't gonna fly around here. And they also know if they need anything already, after only being here 4 or 5 months, if they need anything or something's wrong, they can come and get me.
Well, that's all it is.
I was out there earlier today before the show started, and I went out there to talk to Cash, and before I knew it, there was like 8 kids around me. Cash's dad, Cash's dad, Cash's dad. What's going on, Cash's dad? What's up? What's up? I'm like, you guys behaving yourself? Yep. All right. If you don't behave yourself, I'm gonna string you up by your ankles in these trees.
You know what, Ghost Floof? Let me comment on that. Some of the kids talk to guys like our uncles used to let us talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys don't
100%.
mind talking to them on the regular, so they can grow up a little bit. You got to watch your mouth. You got to watch your tone. But if you need to talk about something serious, we can talk something serious. It's a relation aspect. They're not so much of a respectful demand. I'm older than you. Go talk to me. Nah. What's happening, little young blood? Because I always tell kids, you don't have to call me Mr. This, Mr. That. My name is Tony. You know who your family is.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not a
problem.
Well,
that's how I am.
You and your family need to know that I'm not a problem, and your family needs to know that if you do have a problem, I can be there if they ain't.
Mm-hmm.
Kids love that. It matures them up here. Think about the older guys we knew when we were kids who didn't mind us being around them, who didn't mind us chilling around them, who didn't mind us talking the way that we wanted to talk around them, and we was teaching each other back and forth with no strings attached.
They were like mentors to us.
That mentality. If you think about it like that, I think you might understand where I come from. But
and especially for and I'm speaking to the men, that grew up in our generation. Those of us who didn't grow up with a full-time or it didn't even have a part-time or had a some of the time father figure around. You know, we look up to those older cats that took us under their wing and taught us and respected us and was cool with us. And that's what Cash's friends, like our old apartment, they either called me Glick or they called me Cash's dad. And that's what they're calling me now here. They call me Cash's dad here, which I'm cool with that. You can call me Cash's dad, or you can
his
call
friends
me.
always call me Mr. Tony. Or they'll see me, they were like, Jason, your dad's here. And Mr. Tony was telling you, what's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? Y'all behaving yourselves? All right, cool.
Mm-hmm. And we had friends down in Charleston that had kids the same age as the girls. And they were a black family. Actually, the mom was Haitian, I believe. I think the dad was originally from up north somewhere. But they were always like, "That's Mr. Glick," and I'm like, "Nah, hey, I'm Glick or Chris. They don't have to call me Mr. Glick or anything like that." I said, "It's okay." I said, "I understand what you're doing, but you don't have to do all that." But like all the like my girls' friends, they're all cool with me, especially like Austin, her friends. They come over and I joke around and I fuck with them and I pick on them, just like I do my own kids. But it's one of those things. It's one of those things where I'll be real with you 100% all the time, but I'll also be a safe haven for you if you need it. But the problem is that we now we have these millennial, to touch on what Ghost Flute said, we have these millennial parents, and they don't know how to parent, and then that's why their kids are talking to them all sorts of ways and all kinds of craziness.
I think some parents are trying to make their kids too obedient and not teaching them how to grow. They're just teaching them how to do what they tell them to do.
Well, they're not teaching them anything. They're just letting them be wild feral animals, and because they're they buy into this. This weird logic of I want to be my kid's best friend. You can be your kid's friend, but first and foremost, you have to be their parent. You have to teach them. You have to educate them. You can be their friend all day long, but you have to educate them, and you have and that's where I'm thankful for my grandfathers growing up. No. It is what it is. I guess if he's listening, he can take it however he wants to. He doesn't like the fucking truth. But my dad wasn't really around much for me growing up. My grandfathers were, and I had some older cats who had older brothers or this, that, or the other thing that were. So I kind of got a little bit of an old school mentality in my head, but I also know that if I would have even thought to say some of the shit that some of these kids say to their mom and dads these days, to my mom, I'd still be picking up my teeth at 42 years old.
My family would have jumped me.
Shit.
My family would have jumped my ass.
I was talking to somebody the other day. I said they posted a video. And I was like, man, if I would have ever even said half that shit to my mom or even thought about
half of it,
she would have killed me, brought me back to life,
and killed you again,
and then beat my ass just because she could.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on 1 second.
You're good. That comes from people telling people, don't let nobody tell you what to do, and nobody can control you but you. We got to be honest in the fact that adults are teaching kids that way because I emphasize teaching children to have their own mind. One of the reasons I don't necessarily demand or even have to demand respect from a lot of kids, most of the kids aren't really disrespectful until they feel a problem with you, if you will. So, really, seriously, truthfully, totally, all the way, honestly. A lot of times when I talk to kids, I try to talk sense into them. I try to see where they're coming from. I think today's children are tired of people telling them what to do. They want somebody to acknowledge them as an individual and as their own person. over them just being a child. They already know they're a child. They already know they're younger than you. They already know you're older than them. They already know what you're going to say. Let them be themselves. Don't try to control them. Watch how much more comes out towards you, or how much freedom they have in their mind to be them to grow and mature. You can see that. I've seen it. I've seen it. I'll say that. I'll say that.
Will, my oldest daughter and I had that conversation about, she told me I need to earn her respect. And I told her, I said, listen, little girl, you don't know the first thing about respect, talking all that crazy shit. There's also some other things I said, but shit.
You need to earn my respect? Okay. You start paying these bills.
Yeah. I said, it's pretty much what I said. All right, you want my respect? Go get a job, get your license, get a car, start paying bills. Back in my day, we got back when I was growing up, if you disrespected an elder or a parent, they beat some respect into you.
You ain't gotta beat them no more. Kick them out.
She's 18 in 2 weeks.
Here's your birthday present, luggage.
Well, not only did we have teachers that because I remember getting my ass beat in school when I was younger, but we had teachers who cared. We had teachers that were there to teach you. Nowadays, all we have are these fucking goofy ass non-binary trans LBGTQ left wing nutbags that want to indoctrinate our kids. And the real teachers that are still out there are so fed up with making no fucking money.
Yes,
and dealing with these disrespectful fucking asshole kids that they're like, fuck it, we don't care anymore. I had two teachers that literally
of the kid that bucked up on the teacher.
I had two teachers that literally changed the entire trajectory. Words are hard. Wow, I can't even get it out. Blah. Changed my path. Because when I got quote unquote expelled from school for destroying a teacher who had a hard time not understanding that he was not going to put his hands on me. He was not going to disrespect me for no reason. And I finally had enough after we went to the principal, after we went to the vice principal, after I went to the school board. And basically I told the school board when they said they weren't going to do anything about it, that the next time he touched me, I was going to beat his ass. And he pushed me into a locker after I said that, and I beat his ass. Oh, it wasn't sexual touching that he was doing on me. It was violent touching for no reason. He wanted to fight with me, and he got the fight. And after I beat his ass, he tried to run me over with a car. My entire football team and football coach seen him try to run me over with his car. They were going to expel me from school, even after multiple complaints and everything else like that. I had one teacher who came to bat for me, and including my football coach, came to bat for me and stuck up for me. And I was fortunate enough to be able to go to the vocational school. They had just started a new program up there for what they called at-risk students. And the teacher who ran that program, those two teachers, Mr. Storr and Mr. Geiger, changed my life because they cared. And they seen the potential that was in me, and they knew that if given the opportunity, that I would excel and exceed. And they
exactly, Bill, William Nassau III, exactly, instigating shit and then posting your reaction after they started it. That's why I don't like a lot of these fucking videos. Did
you see the video of the guy in Walmart who went up to the electronics center and got some AirPods, and then he asked the girl at Walmart, or the lady at Walmart, "Hey, I got," which Walmart doesn't do, and this makes me think that it was staged because I have bought enough electronics at Walmart that I know better than this. because they've told me, well, you can just go get whatever you need to do and bring it back here, and we'll just ring it all up together. But he got these AirPods, and he went up to this older lady. She was in her 80s, 70s, or 80s, and he was like, "All right, if you can answer this one question, I got AirPods that I'm going to give you as a prize." And he asked her something dumb, like I can't remember what it was. He was like, "What's today's date?" And she told him. He was like, "Congratulations, you win." This lady thought she won free AirPods. She goes and pays for all of her stuff, walks out, and the alarm goes off, and they're recording it. Of course, the Walmart Nazis, they stop her, and because she's trying to steal AirPods, these stupid ass kids are recording it, going, "Oh yeah, look at that, she's gonna go to jail." Yeah. And it's the same thing. And it's the same thing with these assholes who want to call out police. I understand that you can record in a public place, in a public building, blah blah blah. But when you go there with the intentions and the sole purpose to instigate, the police are going to get called, and you go there to instigate and cause a problem with the police officers. Hello, Tony D. You're from New York. Back in the day, the new NYPD used to have a phrase called the wooden conditioner. It was basically where they took their nightstick and clubbed you on the fucking head, and they called it wooden conditioner because the nightclub was wooden, and when they cracked you on the skull, you bled. Some of these assholes need a little wooden conditioner in their life. Tony D or Rich, you're from
instigators need that.
Instigators need that. You want to start shit for no fucking reason?
Instigators need that.
You need throat punched.
You need to be like, go to jail.
You have nothing better to do, and a lot of the times, some of the I'll go ahead and put myself out on a limb. A lot of these protesters and rioters, these kids today who are told that people need to earn their respect, their parent first and foremost, whoever tells them that has no idea the definition of respect. I've earned respect my entire fucking life.
You have no idea what it takes to earn respect until you've earned it without even trying.
Yep. Let's get into that.
Roll Tide.
Nice. Roll Tide. Somebody just knocked their sister up.
No, I'm going to throw a knife in the seat.
Nope. Every time somebody says Roll Tide, somebody knocks their sister up, just like in Miracle on 31st Street. Every time a bell rings, an angel got their wings.
The reason your population is getting so high is because y'all got pregnant every time you lost. The father of the victim, Ron Driveway, shooting speaks us.
Population.
In jail.
You.
The girl that you was talking about, was it a chick that got shot in the driveway?
Yeah.
I'm watching this on the news now.
Yeah, a guy came out on his porch. No rhyme or reason. Fired 2 shots into the car and killed that girl. She was with some of her friends.
Fort Edward, New York, I believe it is.
Yeah, I thought it was. It's upstate New York, I believe.
I forget the 5 boroughs. It's upstate, just for the record. I got you, Rich.
But like I said, this one's not getting out there, and it's not in the press, and it's not known because there's no clickbait material to it. And that's what they turn this case for Ralph Yarl. Unfortunately,
it's not so much about the clickbait material. You can choose your own news. I always got mine on current events. I'll get specific ones. I got my top stories. I'll look at top stories, current events. I can already get the regional news. That's not a problem. But I'm trying to see what's going on. Like I said, there were 3 girls found in Cass County. I don't know what state it was, but they were found in a river with lacerations on their face. 3 sisters.
Mm-hmm.
No news coverage whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and say it. That shit was on TikTok. So I started looking it up.
Okay. So let me be the
3 sisters, little black girls. They were sisters. Found dead. Nobody knew nothing. There's no press coverage on it whatsoever. See, people are dying, and we a lot of people got a problem with it being, why I gotta be black, why I gotta be white. Y'all must have forgot they do cover white girls too, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it like that on purpose. Do you all remember John Benet Ramsey? How about Amy Smart and them back in the day. All that shit that happened right around the time of 9/11, this shit with kids is not nothing new. It's been happening for decades. The Atlanta child murders, all that shit. The Atlanta child murders with black kids primarily. I understand that. But still, we've had missing kids for fucking ever. Remember Adam from the 80s, the TV show?
Yeah, Adam Walsh. Adam Walsh. John Walsh.
Do you want it to be your child? Exactly. This is my point. And thank you, Rich. It's the truth. Shit's been happening to kids for
it's 100% true. Absolutely, I'm not disagreeing with you, but in today in our society right now, and to me, report if our kids are being beat, shot, killed, trafficked, whatever, fucking report that shit. I don't care who you are, what color you are, where you're from, what your background is.
It gets reported. It just doesn't always make the news. It gets reported.
But in today's society, unfortunately, and in today's news, and that's what I said about this Ralph Yarl story, nobody knew shit about anything other than the fact that it was a white man and a black kid. It was clickbait material. They knew it was going to get a response.
A black kid who knocked at his door for no reason. Well,
yeah, they knew it was going to get a response. They knew that if they went the racial route, it was going to get a response. First and foremost, I absolutely 100% agree. Why are we not reporting more on our kids?
The headline was never racial, Glick. That's the problem. The headline was never racial.
Yeah, but the district attorney made it very racial. In his quotes, he made it very racial multiple times.
I heard about that because, let's be honest, you're an 85-year-old man. The kid knocked on the door. He didn't kick in the door. He didn't break in the door. He didn't come in there starting shit. He knocked on the door looking for his brothers. Why are you going to look at him and then shoot him?
But this is all over the news, and Dipsy fucking doodah President Biden.
Oh, this motherfucker.
Done invited him to the goddamn White House. Mind you, this goofy bastard's already had Dylan McIlvaney at the White House. So
Biden invited who to the White House?
Huh?
He invited who to the White House?
That fucking cosplay girl, Dylan McIlvaney, who was on Bud Light cans. Oh, the cosplay girl, the tranny canny. Yeah, that's why I said President Dipsy Doodah Day. Oh, this motherfucker. And now he's like, well, I would like to invite Ralph Yarl. But the same exact thing happened. And Tony, you said you, and I believe it because I think you and I both kind of look at the news. Now, granted, I'm looking at the news for other reasons than you are because I'm looking at a Biden's a boob. Hey, man, that's President boob to you, Fireman Rich. I'm looking at news for the comical aspect of the news. You know how I do news when we talk about the news on here. But this and I'm not trying to downplay this, the story of Ralph Yarl because it was terrible. It was horrible. This should have never fucking happened. But the same exact thing happened.
Look, I'm sorry. I can see Rich. Yeah, Biden's a boob. Yeah.
Forget about it. Fucking Fugazi. Fugazi ass president. Not that Rich is your typical Italian New Yorker, but I feel the hell is going on here? What do I got plugged in?
Rich, that was very Jumanji of you to call that man a boob. Nobody has said that shit in 35 years.
Fucking leave Rich alone. I like that. He's a boob. Biden's a boob. I like it. Fucking leave Rich alone. I like it. Yeah,
you know what, Tony?
Gazy ass president. We don't care.
You know what, Tony? That's my man right there. All right, Ghost Floof, take care, man. Appreciate having you.
Hey, Ghost Floof, we appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you hanging out. Get you some sleep.
Fucking
don't be shy. Come around anytime. We're here 3 times a week. Tell your friends about us. We'll absolutely be safe. We'll always be safe.
Okay,
That's what we do.
What is a boob? Yeah.
Cheers to you, Flu.
Oh shit. Yeah, you be safe too, man. Cheers for real. I haven't started.
But
I gotta wait. Oh, that's hilarious. I needed that laugh. Appreciate that, Rich. What is a boob? Forget about him.
Cheers to Prez Boob McBoatface.
Oh my gosh. This motherfucker. And they got on President Ford back at day foot. Yeah, I remember you talked about that.
Yep. Well, Rich, you might be the only one old enough to remember President Ford, but
He is. President Ford was the president when I was born. I don't remember him.
I thought Washington was
Carter
the
was the
president when you were
first
born.
Fuck you. You was born during Clinton.
Tony D, you're a boob.
Blitz a boob.
You're a boob. He's a boob. We're all a boob.
Mhm.
This is going to be the title of Saturday Night Show. Welcome to the Boob Show.
You like boobs. Damn right.
I do like boobs. You like boobs. Don't even lie. What man doesn't like
till I
boobs?
die.
I love boobs.
I'm a breast man till I die.
I was never an ass man until
Great time.
recently.
Great time. We're after the 2-hour mark. I'm picking the next song.
You're running the breaks tonight, Tony D. I was waiting on
Oh,
you.
well, then hell. Say no more, you po.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. Fireman Rich, if you're feeling froggy and you'd like to step up to the plate, unlike the Yankees or the Mets.
Ooh, you motherfucker. I don't even like the Yankees and I just got mad. Oh, you motherfucker. I don't even like the Yankees and you just made me mad.
Let's take a peek at you know what? I can't say much because my Reds lost 8-0 today. The Yankees are up 2-0 on the Angels. And
yeah, I'll run
and the Mets did win today, so you know what?
Right. Damn right.
Yeah.
We're gonna run a Rock Lee jam, bump it. Be back after this, ladies and gentlemen.
I hate everything about you. Why do I love you? I hate everything about you. Why do I love you?
Yes, sir. Little Rock Lee EDM combat right there for some break music for you. Go ahead and check him out wherever you listen to music on YouTube and all that jazz at EDM combat remixes. Go show him some love. That's my brother from another mother. Welcome back to Nonsensical Nonsense, everybody. Hopefully you're enjoying the show so far. We're hanging out. We're having fun. You can't leave Tony and I alone because we get deep in conversation at the end of the day. And that's just the bottom truth. If you guys aren't already, go ahead and check us out on social medias. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, don't forget you can hang out with us live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Oh, around 6 p.m.-ish. And if you can't join us live, you can listen to us anytime, any place on Spotify and everywhere you listen to podcasts at. As we learned tonight, we are on a platform that I did not know about. Rich pointed that out to us. I cannot remember the name of the platform, but we are everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do you're good, man. We are everywhere, all at Nonsensical Nonsense. Go ahead and give us a follow, give us a like, give us a share. And if you'd be so kind, if you're hanging out in here watching us live, watching what we do, go ahead and hit that share button, whether you're watching on Twitch or if you're watching on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that share button. Let other people know, hey, I'm hanging out with my guys here at Nonsensical Nonsense. We greatly appreciate that as well. Let's get some score updates, shall we? The Yankees versus the Angels in the bottom of the fourth. The Yankees are up 2-0. The Orioles, Baltimore Orioles, in the bottom of the fourth, 3-0 against the Nationals. Top of the fourth for the Twins and Red Sox. The Twins are smacking the shit out of the dirty, filthy, disgusting, gross Boston Red Sox, 7-1. Blue Jays, Astros, top of the first. It is 0-0. The Guardians beat the Tigers today 3-2. The Giants beat the Marlins 5-2. The Cardinals beat the hell out of the Diamondbacks 14-5, ladies and gentlemen. Phillies beat the White Sox 5-2. The Rangers beat the hell out of the Royals 13-3. The Mets get a win over the Dodgers. Let's go Mets 5-3. The Pirates put the Rockies to sleep. They rockabye bathed them in Colorado 14-3. The Cubbies showed the Athletics that they were unathletic, and they beat them 12-2. And the Brewers beat the Mariners 5-3. And the Padres, ladies and gentlemen, beat the Atlanta Braves 1-0. There's your MLB score updates. Let's go see what's going on in the NBA live. We got the Grizzlies versus the Lakers. Second quarter, it's 39-30 Grizzlies. We got the Heat and the Bucks coming up at 9 p.m. and the Timberwolves and Nuggets coming up at 10. The Heat currently lead the series 1-0, and the Nuggets currently lead their series 1-0. Come on, we got sports for days, ladies and gentlemen. In the NHL, we got Stanley Cup playoffs. We got the Islanders versus the Hurricanes in the second period. The Hurricanes are currently leading 1-0. The Florida Panthers and the Boston Bruins. First period 0-0. And then coming up at 9:30, the Wild versus the Stars and the Kings versus the Oilers at 10 p.m. There is your sports roundup, ladies and gentlemen. I am Glick. And let's get back to the nonsense of the podcast. Hopefully Tony D is okay. He's probably taking a shit right now. Fountain Podcast app. It is called Glick, a great podcast catcher app to listen to. Appreciate that. Fireman Rich coming through. I couldn't remember the name of the app. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Fountain Podcast app. A great place, catcher app, to listen to Not the, oh my God, he gave us like the Ohio State University. They're a bunch of douchebags. Screw you, OSU. Back-to-back, two-time defending Big Ten champions, the U of M Wolverines. Michigan Wolverines. Let's go, baby. Go blue. Damn you. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony D is taking a shit. He scarfed down some steak and french fries with some ketchup, and now he's releasing the Kraken. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You can find us on Fountain Podcast, Good Pods, Apple, Google, Spotify. There's so many platforms. We're on all of them. At the end of the day, we're taking over the podcast world. You're either with us or you're against us. I don't mean that. That was just sarcasm. Anywho, I'm out of breath after that sports rundown, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't want to go in and break down the numbers and all that stuff. When Tony gets back, Tony's an avid food eater. I would like to kind of reiterate and rehash what we talked about Monday night with restaurant etiquette, I guess you could say. Recently, BuzzFeed put out a poll of restaurant behaviors, and they asked their readers if these behaviors were okay or not okay, and we kind of went over it a little bit Monday night after Tony had to leave, and I put my point of view out there, but I was curious to know how the guys felt about it, and Jeff's not here tonight, but I'd like to get Tony's opinion on it, and we'll kind of breeze through that as whenever Tony gets back. Just relax, little buddy. Just relax. Don't push it. You're getting up there in age. If you push too hard, you're going to get a hernia. Nothing is sacred on this show. Hence the reason why we have frying chicken. Because in the early stages of the show, when it was just Jeff and I had to go recycle some beer. And, those of you who have listened to this show, you may or may not know that Jeff never shuts up. Like, it takes an act of God to get Jeff to shut the hell up. And we love him for it. But the one time I expected Jeff to just keep rattling on and rambling on and doing what Jeff does, he got silent. I have a very good microphone. Granted, this was not very expensive microphone, but it is a very good microphone. It picks up everything. And in the background, my microphone picked up me recycling beer. And when I came back, of course, what are you doing, Glick? What's going on? What's happening in the chatter's box? And I was like,
I made it blatantly clear I was on the phone. You want to tell everybody in the world I'm taking a shit. You make me sick.
You were taking a shit. Shut up.
You're right. I had to.
I said, I was going to say, why are you lying? We all do it. I mean, Jeff does it live on the show.
I'm taking a shit. Let me stop. I had a friend of mine call me. She's got a keep a friend of mine in your prayers, please. Her mom is in her mid-90s.
Oh, wow.
Just fell and broke her neck.
Her mom fell and broke her neck? Oh, damn. Absolutely.
Right. I did take care of that first. I had to talk to her first before we went to the bathroom, but yeah, that she shook, and I understand.
Absolutely.
And her brother was like, "Get up as fast as you can." I'm like, "Fuck." Hey,
do what you gotta do, man.
No, I can't go because She's in Alabama. I'm here.
Oh,
I would have to get out
right
there. Yeah, and I told her, just drive. She said, I'm trying to find a plane ticket. Drive. You're going to spend more time looking for the plane ticket. By the time you find a plane ticket, you could have been there.
Just drive. How far? And not to put your business
It
out
would have
there.
been a 12-hour drive for her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just drive. And if you have to stop for the night, there's plenty of hotels.
And you know, the crazy part, one of the reasons why I hate not having my shit together, the old me, she already knows. All right, I'll be out there in 4 hours.
Well, that's what I was going to say. God damn it. When my grandfather passed away, I made the 12-hour drive from Charleston to Columbus in 6. I had rented and I you know what? Judge me if you will, but I love these fucking cars and I fell in love with them because of that road trip. That Chrysler 300 is sexy.
Any car that doesn't give you a problem in that moment, you're going to love. And I give you that, but don't do a 12-hour trip in 6 hours. Stop this.
Oh, I did 12 hours in 6.
That's bananas.
I stopped for gas, and that was it.
Yeah, but you still was doing 112.
Oh, don't worry about what I was doing.
I know what the hell you was doing.
It was in the middle of the night. There wasn't no traffic.
65, and you were doing 120.
And Tony D, it was the one time and the only time that I wasn't shook driving through the mountains in West Virginia.
Yeah, you're a bad motherfucker.
I was, because you know how I am with height. You know how I am with heights. I was bending them curves on the side of the mountain, just fuck it. But I fell in love with. I rented a Chrysler 300, and I fell in love because it was the only car they had at the rental place. I was like, fuck it. I don't care how much it costs. I don't care.
Breaking the law. Way to go, Glick.
Oh yeah. I was like, I don't give a damn what. But when I came home, you know, I was taking my time coming home. Man, them Chrysler 300s, they're sexy to look at. They're
fastest I've ever
drive. They're comfortable to sit in.
I drove from New Orleans to Montgomery. I literally left Mardi Gras. I left New Orleans at 3:30. I pulled up to my apartment on the east side of Montgomery, put the car in park, and turned the ignition off at 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't a 4-hour drive. That ain't a 4-hour.
You just gave me shit for doing 12 and 6.
You drove a lot faster than I did, and trust me, this is when I fell in love with Honda Accords because I had an 87. It was 1999. I had an 87 Honda Accord, and it was a stick shift. You do 115 in that car, and the car starts doing like this.
No, man, that some bitch. I mean, hypothetically, at 130 miles an hour, that Chrysler 300 was smooth. It was smooth, baby. It was
the frame is built for that speed, less vibration. Yeah. Yes,
it was no vibration. It was
just a tank. It drives like a tank until you hit 150. Then it moves like everyday Cadillac.
I mean, allegedly, I may or may not know anything about 150.
I know 120 max. I don't know any more than 120. My Escalade that I hit 115 in that on a bridge.
On a certain vehicle that I allegedly may or may not have owned at one point in time.
Be a man. Stop being a bitch. Be a man. Stop being a bitch.
At 180 miles an hour, it was, and granted, I'm 6'2", almost 300 pounds.
180?
And at almost 200 miles an hour, it was doing this and lifting me, and I got scared.
On a motorcycle, you are nuts.
It was picking me up. Like it was elevating me. Zero gravity.
That was the air moving underneath you. That was the air moving underneath you.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, let's take it down to 140.
When I hit 115, if you've ever driven to Mobile, they got a big ass bridge. And that bad boy is huge. I went up that bridge at 110 and was coming down at 115. I looked at the water. I said, okay, let me take my foot off the gas. Yeah, we got one of them. And we had one in Charleston. The Ravenel Bridge was like that. It was big. But dude, down in the Tampa area, I think it's the St. Pete Bridge. Anybody who's listening down in Florida, you hear this replay, feel free to let me know. I think it's the St. Pete Bridge. When you come up it,
the pitch is so crazy that as you're coming up it, you can't see the other side. So you don't know if you're just gonna fly off into the nothingness.
I got 2 words for you for a bridge like that. Fuck that. Sorry, Cash. You ain't supposed to hear that.
What's crack-a-lackin'?
Give something I can use for my homework.
What do you need for your homework? Oh, a pen? A pen or a pencil? Will that work?
Yeah.
You got homework, and it is 8:30. And you're just not doing your homework. You look sleepy as fuck.
And he's tired, trying not to do the homework.
Yeah, he been outside playing since we got home. You look tired as hell. He's just got to practice his cursing.
That's right.
Will that work? Do you need my help with anything? Hey, good job on that letter that you gave me. Was your speech thing. You got 100% on it. Good job, buddy. That's awesome.
Word. But yeah, you gotta. Has anybody down here ever driven to New Orleans?
Tony D, you know that New Orleans is on my bucket list.
You haven't driven across Lake Pontchartrain yet.
Oh, I love bridges. Bridges don't bother me. Like the old Ravenel Bridge, and I'll have to send you the video of the old Ravenel Bridge.
Yeah, I start an uppercase K.
An uppercase K.
Yeah.
If any of you here have never been to New Orleans, let me help you out. You will drive I-10 westbound from the East Coast, which is what I drove. You're going to make a left, go to New Orleans. Many moons ago. Okay, Rich, you understand. You make a left to go down to New Orleans. You're on I-10. You're getting ready to come to the bridge. For some reason or another, people who got their windows rolled down, who are all laying back at the sunroof, crap the convertibles down, the convertibles start coming back up. The windows roll back up. People start checking their seatbelts. I was like, there must be a cop coming. Nah, the bridge was coming. 2 lanes. 4 lanes that merged into the 2 lanes, right?
Yeah.
When you get on the bridge, let me help you out. There ain't no cops on the bridge. So if you ever seen Star Wars,
there you go, buddy.
When all the ships are there, they're about to converge, they all go like this, and all of a sudden,
well, that's how
race. Look, you don't understand. It's a race across the bridge. I was sitting there like, oh, is this what we're doing? They started looking at each other. Rich, you understand? They was all looking. This one dude, he just pulled up next to me, and he looked at me. I looked at him. He looked straight ahead. I said, oh, really? He was like, I said, okay. Listen, this was back when I was with Trey's mom. Me and her just started dating, right? So we get. I said, buckle up. She said, yeah, I already see everybody. I messed around and put that back. I was already in 5th, right? So I threw it back and forth real quick, kicked it up and then put it in 5th. We was boom.
Tony, I'll send you. I'll send
Rich,
you.
I've done that too. Wait, Rich. I've done that before. I'm never doing that again.
I've done that before too, Rich.
I've raced a train. I'm not doing that no more. It was 1997. I was in an 85 Dodge Lancer. I'm not doing that no more. Oh my God. That Lake Pontchartrain. And then when you get to the other side of the bridge, you got to slow back down because the cops sitting there waiting on you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's how the Ravenel Bridge was in Charleston. Even the new, but the original one, I'll have to send you the video of the original Ravenel Bridge. Mm-hmm. And I think it's pretty similar to the bridge you're talking about. That son bitch was scary as fuck. Now the new Ravenel Bridge is 4 lanes on either side, whether you're going
right at the Mississippi-Alabama state line. Rich, I agree.
Yep.
From what I saw.
But when you come off that bridge, regardless of whether you're coming from Mount Pleasant or you're coming from Charleston, when you hit the base of that bridge, Mount Pleasant PD are just chilling. On the Charleston side, CPD is just chilling, waiting to catch your ass because don't nobody do the speed limit coming off that bridge. You got 4 lanes of traffic and the speed limit's 60. You're doing every bit of 90 when you're coming down that bridge, and your foot's not even on the gas.
You getting past that 90 when I was on Lake Pontchartrain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I stayed in the right lane on purpose. It was my first time. I stayed in the right lane. Mm-hmm. I was pushing 90. They flying by. I push 200. They still going. Okay, ooh, gone. We like, boom.
Oh yeah, I used to get yelled at when I worked at Orchid because I took care of downtown Charleston and Mount Pleasant, and they're like, because they had our GPS and tracked and everything, and they're like, you were going over the speed limit. I'm like, look at my location. I can't not unless I'm standing on the brakes, I'm not going to do the speed limit coming off of this bridge.
Right.
But the original Ravenel Bridge in Charleston was terrifying because it literally was only 2 lanes, and you had oncoming traffic coming right at you, and it was a whole. But the new Ravenel Bridge, like I said, it's 4 lanes on either side, man. I just buzz across. I zip across that bitch. Sometimes I go slow as fuck just so I could look out at the ocean and see all the boats and everything like that. But I put my ass right in the right hand lane, so I'm close to the water and I can look out and enjoy the scenery and all that stuff. But yeah,
those dude. I've had some crazy road trips, and even when I left Montgomery one time, and I got to the north side of Atlanta in 2 hours. That was crazy driving.
I don't know how you got from one side to Atlanta to the other in 2 hours.
No, I got from Montgomery, Alabama, to the north side of Atlanta in 2 hours.
How you pulled that off? It had to be like 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning.
No. Right around noon.
Dude, that Atlanta traffic ain't no fucking joke.
Well, you didn't catch any that day. Now, here's the crazy part.
You got lucky.
When you leave Alabama, from Montgomery to the state line is a good clean.
Oh, yes.
It's an hour, maybe an hour and a half. You good, Rich. You good. It's about a good clean hour, an hour and a half. But for some reason that day, everybody decided we were going to do 100. Because I'm just cruising. I'm like, okay. Because I had to head back. I think I was headed to D.C. No, I was headed to Virginia Beach. And we just decided, I was just gliding. I was like, I'll do 65, 70 cruising. Everybody flying by. You will hit about 2 or 3 troopers between Montgomery and the Alabama state line. I know this for a fact. I've driven it too much. I lived there.
Yeah.
So I'm just cruising. I ain't thinking nothing about it. Everybody moving, everybody grooving. I had a radar detector, but I didn't plug it in that day. I said, I'm going to just follow somebody. So I followed this dude. You know, you do the rabbit thing.
Mm-hmm.
This dude, I just stay with him. I just noticed we're doing like 90 to 100. I'm like, damn, this dude's flying.
How does he know you guys?
Oh yeah, well, typically, and that's the cool thing about state troopers. Typically, if you just go with the flow of traffic,
not at that speed.
Then, well, no, I mean, and I have some trooper friends and stuff like that. Typically, if the rate of traffic is just hauling ass, they're not gonna fuck with everybody. They're just gonna let you. Now, if you're the one asshole when everybody else is doing like 80, and you're the one asshole doing 110. Yeah, they're gonna get your ass. But if everybody's just rolling and cruising at, they're not gonna. They're typically not gonna fuck with you. They're just gonna kind of. All right, everybody's doing their thing.
I hear you, and I raise you a 7-pack road, sit on the side of the road, group of North Carolina state troopers.
Oh no, dude! Down in Charleston, them motherfuckers have got unmarked cars. They've got Mustangs. They've got pickup trucks. They've got Chevy Cruises. They've got so many goddamn unmarked cars down in South Carolina, and they come in red, blue, green, white. You don't know it's a cop.
I rarely see them. I see one on 85.
Mm-hmm.
I may see 2 once I hit Columbia on 20 and 95.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
I see one. But I think on 85, they don't even mess with you. It takes an hour to drive through South Carolina 85 doing the speed limit. Hour 10 minutes.
Nice.
And most people will cruise that.
Mm-hmm.
But I know when I drove through North Carolina, I got right on where 85 and 40 meet. I think it's the Greensboro is part of the strip. I've actually driven and seen like 7 of them sitting on the side just waiting for a whole pack of cars to go by, because everybody knows you drive through North Carolina and packs on 85. It's a 4.5 hour ride.
Oh yeah,
it's a 4.5 hour ride straight, and they know y'all cruising in the group, so they're gonna get the whole damn group.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
They ain't playing. They ain't playing North Carolina. You good? I'm just checking things out for people, plus checking my own stuff. This is fun. Rich, glad you made it through finally, man. What up, little homie?
Hi.
Get that homework done.
Cash, we were talking about it earlier, but you was outside. The guy that I was listening to earlier is Fireman Rich, and he's a part of the he's like a part of our friend group that actually creates content and is a creator and comes on here and does his morning show. He's a friend. We'll get him on here eventually.
Oh, yeah, he'll be up here one day. He's got to get up here now.
Are you ever gonna have that football player back on?
I don't know. The hell does Jeff just send me?
Why do you want a podcast?
When he was sent for a board stretcher, he came back with one.
Yeah.
Laser level manufacturers calibrate their tools by his work. When he wears concrete, it actually shows up on time, and it hardens when he says so. The houses he paints don't need art on the walls, only frames, because his paint is the art. If he charged you extra, you would thank him for it. When he finishes drywall, it's level 7. The county requires other contractors to build the code. His code. He is the most blue-collar man in the world.
Jeff just sent that to me and told me to use that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's on TikTok. Listen here, ass clown. You're supposed to be spending time with your wife, not playing on TikTok.
Yeah.
If you're on TikTok.
But yeah, I mean, and you know, you talk about you hit those certain areas, and that's kind of how it is on 77, especially coming up through the West Virginia Turnpike. You might not see cops for miles.
I never took 77. I heard it. I never took 77.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Unfortunately, it was the shortest and quickest route between Ohio and Charleston. But you got to go through the turnpike and you got to go through the mountains in West Virginia. And I hate going through the mountains in West Virginia.
I didn't like driving on 81, so I can imagine.
Yeah.
It was 81 tripped me out.
Mm-hmm.
Beware of rock slides. I said, okay, I'm not coming back down this motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
Listen, you got a rock slide over here. Then you got this dip on the other side to where you see a whole damn city down there looking like Lilliput. So nobody's going to be able to help me. I don't want to do this no more.
Yeah, no, we have that. I mean, even here in Ohio, we have that. There's well, like when we're going to PA, when you get down to like Southern Ohio or some parts even up here by me, you got to worry about quote unquote rock slides and shit like that. And I'm just like, I mean, what are you gonna do if a rock slide happens? You're just kind of fucked.
You're gonna die.
Fact.
There is literally a drop on the side of Highway 81. There is nothing. It's at least a mile of air. And the town that's down there, I mean, literally, it's a town. You can look at it. If you ever see the movie Stealth and that town in between the mountains, that's what that town looks like. And you're going to talk about it as a rock slide.
Yeah.
I'm not driving down this motherfucker in the winter.
I mean,
drive down there in the rain.
I'll take a chance on a rock slide before I'll take a chance on driving around the fucking mountains.
Just as bad, if you ask me. Chattanooga mountains, highway, overpass.
Yeah, unfortunately, unfortunately, one of the many mistakes I've made in my life was Chattanooga.
I'm not doing this with you.
I mean, we can do it.
Trey lived up there for about a decade. I mean,
don't get me wrong. Tennessee is a gorgeous state, and Chattanooga is cool. But you know, like I said, I'm you know, it was a mistake I made in my life. I'm done with the whole everything. Well, I mean, everything does happen for a reason, but I'm done with the people come into your lives for a reason and teach you a lesson. No, people come into your life to teach you that you should learn from your mistakes. And I've learned from my mistakes.
You done yet? Fucking alcoholic.
I was. My filter kicked in, Tony D.
That was filtered. This is what I know.
Yeah. Well, that was filtered, but what I was going to say after that, my filter was like, "Hey, buddy."
That was filtered. But no, Trey used to live up there, so I was going up there for quite some time.
Yeah.
I was going up there about 10 years, and I've seen how Chattanooga fills up. Actually surprised me. I was like, this city really has a lot going on for it.
Oh, it really does. I mean, like I said,
tournament was up there. All the hotels were booked. They had 2 separate bike weeks in 1 year. I was like, damn.
Well,
here like that?
Yeah, Myrtle Beach gets down like that. They do Black Bike Week, White Bike Week, and then
Myrtle Beach was known for it. Chattanooga wasn't, not to me.
Mm-hmm.
Not to me, because when we went downtown to go to the aquarium, there was no place to park. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Chattanooga's a cool little city, man. I mean, well, not a little city, but Chattanooga's a cool city, man. There's a lot going on down there. Even when nobody's down there, you could just go down there.
There's some knuckleheads down there now. It's getting rough. Chattanooga's getting rough. Yes.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know.
Yes, I was surprised because I think Trey was here when it hit the news. There was a shooting up there. I'm like, Chattanooga, and his mom knew the mother of the kid who got shot.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, it was the last year, the year before. It tripped me out. I was like, Chattanooga getting raw like that now. That's what happens with these cities when they go down to just one damn mall. Because they used to have 2. I used to take Trey to both of them. I'll go up there for the weekend.
You know what, Tony?
One day, and the next day went to the other mall. Then I came back.
You know what, Tony? That's a good point. What has happened to our malls? Because
Amazon,
like, okay, we have a mall here in town where I live at, and I remember when I was 16, 17, 18, we would, man, on the weekends, and Nikki and I were just talking about this actually last weekend, because last weekend was prom, and we went down to the square, and Nikki was like, "Oh, is this where you guys cruise to pick up chicks?" I was like, "Nah, we didn't cruise the square in Newark. Back home for me, and when Mount Vernon, and anybody who's listening, if you're from Central Ohio area and you've ever been to Mount Vernon, you know about the Mount Vernon Square. You do your lap, you drive down, you go down to the bridge, the railroad bridge, you come back up, you do another lap, you park for a little bit, you hang out, you shoot the shit. But here in Newark, we cruised 79, which is like the main drag. Well, I guess technically it's Heath, but whatever. And there was like B-dubs and all this shit. We'd cruise 79 and we'd go down to the mall. We'd park and we'd go into the mall and we would hang out there for a few hours. But you had everything, man. You had the food court.
Yeah,
you
can't hang out in the mall because you weren't supposed to loiter in the mall in the first.
We would go hang out. Like, we would go wander around the mall. We would shop. We would buy random dumb shit. We'd hang out in the parking lot. Of course, Officer Doofy and his troop of idiots who thought they were way more important than what they really were would always harass us.
Yeah, that's what we hang out in the mall. That's why. That's what we got harassed for that.
Yeah, they're like, "We're going to call the cops and we're going to trespass you." And the cops would come out there and be like, "What are they doing?"
In the way, they're scaring the shoppers.
And they're like, "What are they doing exactly?" "Oh, well, they're hanging out with their friends." Okay, but are they buying stuff? Are they eating?
No, we weren't.
Well, we were.
No, we weren't.
We were.
We were not. We went there and meet up before we went to the club across the street.
Yeah, our mall, that basically every security officer that's ever worked at the Indian Mount. Do what? Yeah.
Put it down.
You had it down. You just twist it. But basically, our quote unquote mall security all graduated from the special needs class. Welcome back, Fireman Rich. Welcome back, Rich.
You good, Rich?
So, it was just like, oh my God, you're going to call the cops because you see fucking 8 people walk in together.
Well, they're calling the cops because the customers are complaining about you.
But we weren't doing anything. We were spending money.
Didn't feel safe shopping with a whole bunch of teenagers staring at them in their face looking like they're going to rob them. Whether you were going to or not, let's be real.
And we're white. Nobody worried about that.
Yeah, I know you was. I know you all were the original version of Malibu's Most Wanted. I got it.
Okay, first and foremost, none of us were Malibu's Most Wanted. We were all country as fuck.
We're from the new bed. We're from the Newark.
What side of Newark?
Hell no.
Gang, baby. You don't know nothing about that Newark gang.
You don't know about the
gang,
Newark.
gang. But no, I mean that's what we did. We go to the mall, we hang out, we eat because the food court was popping, man. We had all kinds of restaurants.
Food court was always popping. Hell yeah.
And we go to, we go buy shit. It was a Friday night, Saturday night. Me personally, I just got paid. I got a whole fat cash. My wallet is fat, full of cash.
A whole $100 ones in your wallet. I got you.
No, I didn't have ones, trust me, because I was working and I was making more money than most college graduates when I was 16 years old.
I believe you.
So Oakdale Mall. Now it's called the Oakdale Commons, trying to get away from the mall mentality. Still a large area. What, buddy? Okay, get in the shower.
The malls are turned into outside, like outlet shopping centers.
Well, we have that. We have that here. We have Easton Town Center, which is gorgeous. I can't wait to take Nikki up there. But I also know if Nikki and I go to Easton, we got to get a hotel.
Yeah.
Because they've got bars and restaurants and the Funny Bone and everything else, and we're gonna eat and we're gonna drink. And we're gonna have fun.
Funny Bones are good. Funny Bones are good, but they're tight. The former site of Macy's will house the largest store.
Actually, Tony D.
Wow.
We might have a guest coming up on the show who is huge on TikTok. He's a stand-up comedian. He's clean-ish. He's Christian, but he was live the other night and. He was one of those cats he's a younger guy, and he was interacting with everybody. And him and I got to chit-chatting back and forth. And I was like, oh, shit, you're coming to Columbus. Are you going to be at the Funny Bone? And he said, yeah. And I was like, all right, well, I'll try to get tickets. I'd like to come out. I said, but I host a podcast. Do you do podcasts? And he's like, hit me up on Instagram. Let me know when. I'll come on the show. But his TikToks are fucking hilarious. The dude's a trip.
Nice.
And he's biracial. Is I'll have to send you one of his videos. His mom's black and his dad's white, but they call his dad Crispy. And there's an origin story because the origin story was his dad got tired of being the only white guy or the only white person in family pictures. So he started going to a tanning bed. So he calls his dad Crispy. Dude, they are a trip, man. This cat is a trip. He is awesome. So I do have to DM him so we can hopefully get him on the show. But yeah, no, I mean, like our mall now, man, the food court's been dead for years. It's starting to come back to life. We have a new owner at the mall who's trying to revitalize it. But the cool thing about our mall is that they're starting to put a lot of local businesses in our mall. Which is cool.
Yeah, they're going to do that. Yeah.
I mean, you have your pillars like Dick's, Sporting Goods, and JCPenney's. And you got the theater, the theater. But then you got like Spencer's and Claire's. And
Spencer's are the only thing surviving the malls. And that's a damn shame.
Man, Spencer's ain't never going anywhere.
People window shop at Spencer's more than they buy.
Yeah, they are as Rich just said, they're retooling the malls, so-called malls. But it's cool because you got to like it's got what's that fucking makeup store?
I don't shop there.
Yeah, you don't have young girls. Not
I
Sephora.
had a stepdaughter, but her mom took care of that part.
Yeah, not Sephora. The other one. Chattersbox helped me out here. But they're in there. American Eagle's in there. Rule 21's in there. Journeys, which is a shoe store, they're in there. So you got your big stores.
Journeys, yeah. Journeys is in there, yes.
Which is still in the malls. But you also Bed Bath and Body Works. But then it's also surrounded by a whole bunch of local businesses, which is awesome to me personally. I would much rather go to the mall that's filled with local shops now that I'm in my 40s compared to when I was in my teens. But yeah, the new owner's trying to revamp it, and the food court's coming back to life. We're doing, which is really cool.
You got it, Rich, because I don't know what it is. A makeup store.
The makeup store. Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ. It's got such a simple freaking name. Damn it, all the hell. I always go to the local store. I'm trying to Google it. Makeup stores near me. Ulta. That's the name of the damn store. They carried Ulta. That's one of the other big stores at the mall. Bath and Body Works. Yeah. Bath and Body Works, Ulta, Dick's, JC Penney's.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
I think it's AMC movie theater by me.
AMC's will be yes. But yeah, man, it's crazy, to go to the mall now compared to when we was kids. We don't have what we had back then.
No, I really don't. But at the same time, Tony, you were kind of busting my chops about, we're all up there as a group and people are freaking out, but it wasn't like we was doing anything bad. We weren't.
No, we weren't. We had the cops called in.
We weren't acting up. We weren't being loud. We weren't being obnoxious. We just literally went there because it was Friday or Saturday night, and we all just got paid, and we wanted to go to Spencer's or Aeropostale or Abercrombie or PacSun or go to the food court, maybe go see a movie, go play some games in the arcade. But you get these fucking security officers that just want to bust your balls for no reason.
Well, they don't come until there's a complaint. This is what we all have to acknowledge when we were teenagers. Yes, they strip mall configuration. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I mean right across the street from our mall is a strip mall, and you got Walmart, Old Navy. Old Navy just went in the last few months.
Right.
You got PetSmart and Aldi and some other Crumble Cookies there now, and a couple other stores. And then you got the outer line island stores is what I like to call them. They're in the same parking lot. They're in the same vicinity, but they're like an island. And you got your T-Mobiles and your AT&T and your GameStop. And at the end of the strip mall, you always get your restaurants. At the end of our strip mall in particular, you got Applebee's, Red Lobster, and Texas Longhorn. If you go across the street, you got Tumbleweed. But I, like I said, I feel like our mall is starting to come back to life, and it's cool. When I go up there, we're seeing more and more teenagers in there, and it's cool to see. It's nice to see that they
it's good to see the kids hanging back out and not necessarily causing trouble, just having something to do instead of sitting around the house.
Really, got a little hot spot.
We need arcades back. I think I want to push for that. We need our arcades back. They need someplace to look at any Walmart stores back in the day. They saw the Walmart putting small business. Yes. They're not wrong about Walmart putting small businesses out, but
Walmart's starting to face their own issues and problems because aren't they shutting down stores?
They have to because they built too many super centers.
I mean, and we've said this on this show multiple times. I live in Newark, I live in Newark. Heath is our neighbor's city. And as I've shown Nikki since she's been down here, we can be on one road and drive down that same road, and it's 3 blocks Newark, 3 blocks Heath, 3 blocks Newark, 3 block Heath. The other day I was showing her something, and I was like, "Look, this side of the street is Heath, this side of the street is Newark."
Right.
So, but now granted, where I just moved to, I have a Walmart Supercenter 2 minutes from my house.
2 minutes.
Yep. And then the Heath Walmart Supercenter is maybe 10 minutes at the most. But before I moved to where I'm living now, I had the Heath Walmart Supercenter and the Newark Walmart Supercenter 5 minutes from my house on either side.
Yeah.
That's what I said. The Sugarlick, even McDonald's is cutting. Yeah, McDonald's is starting to cut back, and they're starting to close because McDonald's.
We talked about that the other night. A bunch of the executives are getting fired.
Yeah, I got it again
at the corporate level.
Again, where Walmart is from my new place, there's a McDonald's in front of it. I can go to Heath, and right in front of the mall is a McDonald's and a Walmart. When COVID first hit, and everybody was talking about shortage this, shortage that. Oh my God, I'm not going to be able to buy food. Blah blah blah. And they're like, "Glick, how do you feel about this?" When we would do the show, or if I was live on another platform, and I was like, "I'm not really worried about it because at the end of the day, if I go to the left of my apartment, I have Walmart, Kroger's, and Aldi's. If I go to the right of my apartment, I have Walmart, Kroger's, and Aldi's." And
that's how you survive. The only thing is with their walking distance
are less than 5 minutes away from me.
Yes.
On either side. Plus, if I go to the right and I go to Heath, there's Target and there's a Big Lots or an Odd Lots or whatever you want to call it. In Heath, there's also a Big Lots and an Aldi's in the same across the street. Aldi's, Walmart, and Kroger and Big Lots are all in the same basic parking lot.
Right.
From me. And if I go to Heath, it's the same thing. Walmart and Aldi are in the same shopping plaza.
Here, Aldi is down the street from Walmart about a mile.
Yeah. Kroger's is right across the street from Aldi and Walmart. And
like
in front of the mall, which basically shares the same parking lot with Walmart, is a Big Lots. I wasn't worried about a food shortage.
There's literally within like a 1-2 mile radius of Kroger and Aldi, a super Walmart, a super Target.
Yep.
Fucking Dick's Sporting Goods, Buffalo Wild Wings, the mall, Old Charlie's, a buffet restaurant, Steak and Shake, Wendy's, Zaxby's, Chinese food, Hibachi Grill. I mean, shit.
Oh yeah, Just within 3 minutes of my house that I'm in right now, within 3 minutes of my house is a Walmart, Kroger's, Odd Lots, Aldi's. There's Bob Evans. There's
Bob Evans. Let me tell you something. Bob Evans' breakfast will put you to sleep. Bob Evans' breakfast will put you to sleep. That's what BJ.
Well, Tony D, Tony D, if you ever make it up my way, I got to introduce you to TJ's. You won't ever be the same after you have TJ's.
TJ's or BJ's?
No, TJ's.
TJ's.
It's an Ohio-based restaurant.
Gotcha.
And you will never be the same again after you have TJ's. It is like a Bob Evans. You can get breakfast, lunch, or dinner all day long. But you will never be the same after you eat TJ's. It's all home cooked. It's all.
Bob Evans will put me on my ass. I'm not going to.
TJ's will put you in a coma. Bob Evans will put you to sleep. TJ's will put your ass in a coma. And I know you like to eat. And I got 3 letters for you that'll comatose you. BYB, Tony D. And if anybody's from the Central Ohio area that's listening to this, you know about the BYB, a barnyard buster.
The hell is that?
Well, Tony D, let me break it down for you, if you will. BJ's just put in a BJ's, which BJ's is like Costco or Sam's Club, across from one of my buildings.
They're going to give Sam's a run for their money, Rich. Know that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
BJ's, Costco, and Sam's are killing it.
Yeah, they just put a BJ's in across from one of my buildings. So a Barnyard Buster, the old BYB, which before COVID, pre-COVID, TJ's was 24/7. TJ's was our go-to after we've been out drinking all night. Barnyard Buster, it starts with biscuits. And it's on a big, we're not even going to call it a plate, Tony D. We're going to call it a platter. It's biscuits. And then you put your eggs on the biscuits. And then you put some taters on them biscuits. And you can get your eggs however you want them. You can get your eggs however you want them. Over easy, sunny side up, scrambled, fried, whatever.
Poached.
Yeah, whatever, however you want them. Yeah, however you want your eggs. They're going to go biscuit, eggs, taters, whether they're hash browns, home fries, French fries, tater tots, whatever you want. They're going to put them taters on top of it. And then they're going to smother them sons of bitches in some gravy, baby. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Freaking food. Yeah, I'm getting too old for all that.
Sausage and gravy? Yes, sir. That's a comatose, but it'll sober you up right now.
Oh, yes.
Well, you can go in there after drinking a case of beer, a bottle of liquor. It don't matter. You go in there and eat a BYB, you're sober as the day you was born. Sober as the day you was born. And it's a fantastic hangover meal too.
I am too old for all. When y'all see me eat, that's pretty much my second meal of the day.
Tony, that's gonna be meal 1, 2, 3, and a midnight snack for you.
Dude, when we went to Vegas, we went to this restaurant called Hash a Go Go. That was the biggest damn pancake I think I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't think I can eat all this.
Yeah.
She was looking at me like, "Are you crazy?" I said, "I don't think I can eat all this. I'm going back to bed after this." Are you serious? The omelet, the pancake. I'm like, "Oh, God, I'm going to be full for the rest of the day." I didn't even want to drink after all this.
Oh yeah, that BYB. Oh my God, at 3:00 in the morning. Oh boy, I tell you what.
Sausage and gravy. That is country as hell. But I understand.
Oh, it's country as fuck. TJ's is it's what do they call it there? Country place, but it's all homemade. Like it's all made from scratch. Like it's not. We got your gravy sitting in the freezer and we're just gonna warm it up. They make everything
right there
all day long, right there when you order. And boy, I tell you what, man, it'll sober you up in a heartbeat. And if you're hungover, BYB is the best. And I always got my BYB with a side of hash browns because I like the hash browns, the shredded hash browns.
Shredded hash browns.
So I get the
I get all that fattening food. Damn.
Yeah, man, I get the BYB with the shredded hash browns on it. Then I get a side of hash browns. So when they bring it out, I can put that side of hash browns on top of it.
Sweet Jesus.
Oh man, now I'm hungry. Now I want me a BYB.
I'm
right.
TJ's I'm going to bed. I gotta get up in the morning.
TJ's is that good shit, is what Buggy said.
You staying up? I'm about to go.
Well, I'm probably staying up. Nobody's home yet. I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna go play around on TikTok.
Jeepers creepers.
We can wrap the show up.
Yeah, I gotta try to get up early.
Same here, Tony. Same here, Tony. Hey, boys. Hey, Rich, Tony.
Rich, thank you for coming through.
Hey, Rich, much love to you, man. Let us know when you want to come up.
Ghost Floof, thank you for coming through. William Nasser III, yeah, we gotta get your ass up here too. If you podcast, you gotta get your ass.
Yeah, I'll work on Will. I'll work on bringing Will up. Maybe we can bring him up.
If he's podcasting, I ain't got no damn questions. Get your ass up here. Get your.
Well, he hasn't started the podcast yet, but I'll reach out to Will and be like, hey, you want to come up? I'll try to get him on a Saturday night when he's not DJing, when he doesn't have a gig.
Yeah, if he's DJing, I understand that. Let him know that door. You gotta get up here. That's how you network. Golf Hawk, Amanda,
Chris
Technician, Gary Hansen with your wild ass. I know who that really is. Stevie Wonder, thank you for coming.
Stevie Wonder was up in here. Shout out to the Chatters Box. We appreciate y'all for listening. We appreciate y'all hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed the show tonight. Fireman Rich, let us know when you want to come on and hang out with us live. We'll behave ourselves when you come in. You don't have to stay the whole time. You can come in.
Rich, I gotta tell you though, I try not to do this, but you was on this morning. You was talking about the Challenger astronauts.
Yeah. Well, that little helicopter thing blew my mind.
Guy in Buford was the first black space shuttle astronaut, I believe, and I think you said he was a female. I was like, no, don't do that. Come on.
Well, no, I think he was. I think he was saying that in the 80s or whenever it was, not only did we have our first female,
on there,
but we also had our first black female astronaut as well.
No.
I don't think he was saying.
Crystal McCullough was female. Sally Ride was female. Guyan Buford was the black astronaut that was on there.
Oh yeah.
So when you get a chance, look it up. Because I remember, and I only say this because I used to want to like be on a space shuttle when I was a kid, and that Challenger accident messed my head up so bad. I was like studying it that bad back then.
Oh yeah, that Challenger was crazy.
Yeah, that was. I was in school.
Yeah, Rich said no, they were both female. That's what I thought. I thought he was shouting out the lady astronauts, and he gave the first female and then the first female black astronaut.
The first female, yes. Yeah, nah, you good. I was like, no, Guy Buford, because hold on. And I'm not putting him on blast. I just don't want him looking crazy.
Oh no, I think Rich is a lot like the three of us on our show. That if we misspeak and somebody calls us out on it and we were wrong, then it's like, oh shit, my bad.
We don't shit on each other. We just go straight. Okay, wait a minute. I was wrong.
Oh, get him, Tony. Get him, Rich.
Yeah,
get him, Rich. Get him, Rich.
Give me Rich.
Don't give him hell, Rich. Saturday night, you got to come up here with us if you have time so you can give Tony D live. You got to give Tony D shit live on air. He tried to call you out. He tried to call you out.
I don't think he said Mae Jemison. Hold on. Crystal McCullough was there. Sally Ride was there. No, these are related people. Let me get the actual astronauts who were on there.
Why don't you just Google?
That's what I'm on. The crew members who died.
First black. Oh. What the hell?
The first woman and the first African American into space is Crystal McCullough.
Diana Stewart.
Ellison Onizuka. I'll be forgetting about him. I'm not even going to front. Ronald McNair. See, I was wrong. Ronald McNair was on there. Judith Resnick. Why they ain't got their pictures? But here are the astronauts right here. Ronald
Mae C. Jemison was the, according to this, Mae Jemison, 1992, she was the first female black astronaut.
Mae Jemison.
Former Mae Jemison, an American engineer, physician. She became the first African American woman to travel into space when she served as a mission specialist aboard Space Shuttle Endeavour in 1992. The first black astronaut was is it Guyan Stewart Bluford?
Guyan Buford. That's the one I was talking about at first.
Guyan Bluford, American aerospace engineer, retired United States Air Force officer and fighter pilot, and former NASA astronaut, first African American to go to space, 1983. So Guyan Bluford was the first African American to go to space, and it was a man. And the first female, and that was in.
See, he was on Challenger in '83.
He was in 1983.
Yeah, so he was on Challenger, but he wasn't on it when it exploded, if you will. Oh shit! His birthday's the day before mine.
Yeah, Mae Jemison was on the Endeavour in 1992. She was the first black female astronaut to go into space.
Now, you know what's crazy? I said his name was Buford, Buford. They got Bluford up here. That's what's going to trip me out because they used to say Buford back in the day.
Yeah, it was Bluford.
Yeah,
according to everything Buford. I just looked at, and I didn't go to Wikipedia. I looked at some couple other sources, and they all say Bluford.
Yeah. Oh, you checking your show? Okay, cool. You cool, Rich. You cool. See, a lot of times I do, bro. I be trying to check my own mistakes. So I apologize.
Oh, okay. Sally Ride was the first woman astronaut in the space project.
And Guy Buford was the first black. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it's not.
But
I don't want us looking crazy when we get out there. So I apologize if I be doing too much. But I know
what was that? What was that NASA movie about the space program and stuff like that?
Hidden Figures.
That was a fantastic movie.
One of the ladies was at my nephew's graduation because she had got a PhD.
Yep. That was a great movie, and shout out to them to
Rich, don't worry about
those ladies in general. That was a great movie.
They never got their props.
No, they never did until that movie came out, and that was a fantastic movie. That was a fantastic representation, and one of the scenes from that movie that still resonates with me, was when she was talking about having to use the restroom. And talking about have to go all the way across, blah, blah. And old boy was like, "Oh, hell no."
Yeah, which is bullshit. I gotta
give Kevin bullshit.
Kevin Costner was in that movie. Kevin Costner be fighting for that shit, boy. He be fighting. We're gonna stop this bullshit. Kevin Costner
we're gonna stop this bullshit right the fuck now. Nah, we're done.
He be fighting shit. Listen, if you ever watched the funeral for Whitney Houston, he talked about how he wasn't gonna do that movie without her.
The Bodyguard.
Yes, he said
that chemistry that they had in that movie.
He said he stayed in production until she was available. He wanted her in that movie that bad.
That chemistry that those two had in that movie really made you believe that they not that they loved each other, but they were actually in love with each other. The chemistry that they had.
They played those characters very well.
There's no doubt in my mind that they loved each other. I mean, there's a difference between loving somebody and being in love, but they made you feel like they were in love with each other in that movie. It was great. I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies to this day.
Yeah, that was there was so many good scenes in that movie, especially when they was at the cabin and Kevin Costner was in the woods. Man, they played that shit. That shit was excellent. That was a good damn movie.
That's one of my favorite movies to this day. I love that movie. Of course, I love Whitney. That's Nikki was making fun of me. It's been a few weeks back. We was driving up to PA, and I was driving, and I was just playing my music. I was just all over the place with my music, like I always am. And Whitney came on, and I was in the driver's seat. Boy, I was dancing, I was singing, and she looked at me. She's like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, you call me gay if you want, but this is my girl. I love me some Whitney Houston." I'm dancing around. I'm like, I was like, "Hey, judge me if you will, but I can't help myself. Whitney's my girl. I love Whitney Houston, man. She was an amazing artist, an amazing talent, and an amazing person. I mean, outside of obviously she got hooked on drugs, and Bobby Brown has his past and his history and their marriage and everything like that. But as an artist,
they were going to be together, and they were happy together. I saw that they were happy together more than anything, and I didn't worry about it.
Yeah, despite the trials and tribulations that they went through, but man, Whitney is a singer. That's my girl right there. All right, I'll listen. I will listen and sing and dance my ass off to any Whitney Houston song. Judge me if you will.
Yeah, they can judge us all they want. I ain't worried about it. Whitney had great jams. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna try to go to bed early tonight. I didn't mean to hold us up past this one. This was my fault.
No, that was your fault. I didn't do it. You can't even put this. Don't you put this evil on me, Ricky Bobby. All right, Tony.
Pick the song, Ben. Pick the end of the song.
That?
Pick the end of the song. Are you gonna stay up?
Yeah. No.
Okay. I'm out.
No, I was gonna tell you. I was gonna say let's keep with it. Go ahead and pick a song. I'll do my little outro here. And then go ahead and pick a song, man. We appreciate y'all listening. We appreciate y'all hanging out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show tonight. We were just having fun. Shout out to the Chatters Box. We got nothing but love for you guys. We appreciate you guys coming in here and hanging out with us and shooting the shit with us and adding your 2 cents to the conversation. If you're not already, go ahead and check us out on all social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Keep your ears open so you can follow friends of the show, family of the show, our little community that we have with Fireman Rich. Get up in the morning, get your ass up and have some coffee with Rich. Hang out late on Thursday nights. Stay up late with Ted Hicks and his late night parenting.
It should be tomorrow night. Should be.
Yeah, he'll be live tomorrow night. Glick's not welcome there, but it's okay.
You took the song down. That's all right. I'll do another one.
And then Sunday late mornings, early afternoons. Go ahead and check out Fantasy Football Belt Kings with Tony D, Rich, and myself.
I don't know. We might do one. I don't know because offseason I was going to leave it alone. But if they got some news,
well, I mean, as I told you before, I mean, it doesn't have to be all football. It can be a sports show. We all watch enough sports, and there's a lot going on in sports right now. And then Sunday night, go ahead and tune into our guy Sunday Night Smoke podcast on YouTube. Go show them some love, hang out with them, show the whole crew some love, show our little community some love. Got Information Man floating around out there. JoJo's out there floating around. He's got your MMA and your boxing.
He's working on something new. JoJo's working on something new. He is.
Yep. And then in the meantime, for us personally,
you're ready for us.
Go ahead and check us out. Yeah. Go ahead and check us out. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget to hang out with us live every Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays around 6-ish p.m. Shout out to Rich for that one.
Yeah.
On YouTube and Twitch. And if you can't catch us live, we're always on Spotify and everywhere you listen to podcasts all at Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. Go ahead and give us a follow, give us a like, give us a share. And if you don't know where to find the names that I have been mentioning tonight, I'm going to try to be better at making sure that I am sharing and posting and putting it in our social media and letting you guys know where to find these outstanding podcasts and streamers and where you can go show them some love. So go ahead and follow, like, share. Don't forget, words are hard. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you know what we do when we do how we do. Baby.
Outro music, y'all. Here we go.
Tony D, what you got queued up?
Your favorite, the footnote of the damn broadcast.
Raise the
Sir, can I help you?
Do you have any weapons of any kind? Anything to defend yourself?
Sir, this is a Speedy Mart. We have hot dogs 2 for $1. I just put them on the roller yesterday. They're pretty good.
No, man, like something sharp, something like I can stab, defend myself with.
I've got some sharp cheddar combos over there. It's kind of like a Ritz cracker pregnant with a cheese baby.
All right, well, let me just take one of these lighters and I'm gonna borrow your bug spray, and can I borrow your bathroom key as well?
Yeah, bathroom key. All right. I got your bathroom key right there. Make sure you bring that back. And that'll be $13.62. And I'm gonna have to have exact change, sir. We're in a coin shortage at the moment.
Whatever, man. Okay. There's that. There's that. No, I'm sorry.
A mother in the sky, take this sacrifice. I wanna live forever. And now, the spirit in the earth, give me another, make me a god like you.
Oh shit, Chuck.
Oh shit, Chuck!
Oh shit, Chuck.
A mother in the sky, take this sacrifice. I wanna live forever. And now, the spirit in the earth, give me another, make me a god like you. Make me a god like you.
Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen, a little Blacktop Mojo. Check them out on all social media and wherever you stream music at Blacktop Mojo. Go show the guys some love. Tony, I was not expecting the old shit Chuck from you, and I was unmuting my mic, and I got it loud and clear.
That guitar solo is not to be fucked with.
That guitar solo is not to be fucked with. And, you know, shout out to you and Jeff last year because, you know, I was still debating very heavily about going to the show. And you guys were like, fucking go to the show, goddammit. Stop with your bullshit. And I went and I had a blast, but I made it a point when the guys did that song to get the guitar solo just so I could send it to Tony D, because I know it's one of his favorite parts of the whole damn song.
That guitar solo, I'm not, like I said, I'm not even a big rock fan, but when your shit's good, your shit's good. Big up to Blacktop Mojo, damn it. That guitar solo's not to be fucked with. That man gave his outro. I'm gonna give mine, damn it. All of y'all up in here who came through tonight, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. This was fun. We enjoyed ourselves. Damn it, Jeff, enjoy home. You've been up here. I know what you got going on. I ain't bugging. I ain't tripping. Mike, take care of yourself. Get back up here as soon as you can. Smoke, you know we're going to see you soon. Brian, I know you're probably driving home from work. Cam, you bastard. What's the other dude's name? Oh, my God. All your friends, everybody who's been following, everybody who's been supporting the podcast. My man been up here for 2 years. He's celebrating. He's enjoying himself. He invited me to be here. Damn it, I'm joining him.
Let him know one time for me, Tony D. Let him know one time, baby.
Getting things done. We doing shit. This is more than just talking noise. We're carrying conversations. We ain't got to argue. We're going to debate. We're going to disagree. We're going to keep it moving. Y'all better grow up out there. Plain and simple.
One love.
Mother Major, motherfucker. We out of here.
Yeah, there. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. With that being said, be good. Or be like Glick and be good at it.
Be like me.
Bye, motherfuckers.
Hit the damn button.
What's in the button?
Hit the button.